Hello everyone, welcome back to Laurence Plays Factorio Space Age, and let's see, so I've made some leaps forwards in yesterday's stream, which is a sort of impromptu extra one, because I realised I've been away for a week and I hadn't made a lot of progress for a while, and so I thought let's go in and let's finish off a lot of the defences and things, so in the next stream I'll be ready to head off to into space and start doing shenanigans and stuff up there. I then promptly had a load of technical difficulties trying to get this stream up and running, which is why it's a little bit of a panic and a slightly late notification for it, but I hope you'll forgive me for that. Anyway, yeah, so let's see, last week, what happened? Last time, I built up this wall over here and this one over here, so we've now got defences all the way around the bottom end of the base. I started doing combat properly and defeated all the biters in this area, so now we're quite safe in this sort of area. And similarly, I've made sure that the outpost up here and here now will have their ammunition being fed in properly. I also built up an additional power plant here, which as you can see is chugging away nicely. So this is now producing oodles of power. The coal is being brought in by train, so in theory I'm not going to have any worries about running out of that. So we should have plenty of coal available there. What else did I do? Oh yes, and I started. I played with my abomination over here, which is supposed to make absolutely everything, but doesn't work. I discovered if I go in here and turn these into ores, then it sort of it still doesn't work, but at least it doesn't flicker quite so much. So let's do that. Just to make things a little bit calmer. There's something very strange going on here. I was just talking about this on the Discord server, but you can see that at the moment we've got an if everything equals 0 on the green input here, then this should be active. It isn't. For some reason, it's flickering every time a cog gets passed through, and yeah, that's very strange. I don't know what's going on there. This is clearly broken. So I'm going to have to ignore this for a little while and come back to it another time. So hello everyone, hello Urim, hello Tristan, hello Astrid, hello Regular, hello and Fizzy. Welcome one and all to yes, the Monday night stream where we're going to just casually ignore the fact that this doesn't seem to be working quite as nicely as it should. It's actually sort of working now that I've deliberately broken it. Okay, well we'll look away from that and not pay any attention to it. So over here we have now made a a rocket silo, so that's nice. We can now place that somewhere and start thinking about going to space, which is sort of the point of what we've been trying to do for a little while. Oh yes, that's the other thing I did. I started making concrete over here, so we've got tapping off from the stone mine here, turning it into bricks to make concrete with some iron ore that's being brought in by another train over here. So yes, we now have a trickle of concrete, so that's quite nice. You're quite right, No God. I have not finished the wall over on the west side. So that is one thing I would sort of like to do. I think I might spend a little bit of time at the start of this stream heading out over here and putting in another pair of outposts. So one going across the around here, which means taking out these 3 nests, and then another one probably going from here up to here, which means I'll need to take out this one. Just because that way I'll have a patch of uranium, and I'll have a wall going all the way around the factory. The only slight danger point then is up here, where these turrets are not being fed by anything, so I should probably put in an additional. I should probably extend this belt in the robo network from here over this way, and start feeding ammunition into these turrets, and then they'll probably be pretty self-sufficient. So that's another thing I could pick up fairly quickly. At the moment, it's not an issue because the pollution hasn't expanded far enough out that we're getting any attacks here. None of these turrets have actually done anything yet. They've just been sitting there guarding. Yes, I feel like it would be quite nice to have some sort of protection over here on this side, because it's not going to be that long until this pollution reaches all these guys. There's quite a lot of forestry over here that's going to keep me safe for a bit, but I don't like the idea of it not being defended. So I guess that's going to probably be my first thing to do. Actually, let's not make it quite the first thing. The first thing I'm going to do is put down this rocket silo and find out what that gets me, where things go from there. So if I put this one down, let's put it on the end of the bus, because I'm sure I'm going to need to feed more stuff into these. It just seems inevitable, really, doesn't it? And I'll put it a little bit higher up so I can run many belts up to it. Or have lots of stuff around it, depending on what it needs. So we'll put that there, and it's going to need power because everything does. So we'll put that in as well. And I imagine if it's anything like vanilla, we're then going to need to feed a lot of rocket control modules, rocket fuel, and other rocketry and low density structures into it. Oh, blue circuits, lovely. Sure. So I'll need to set up some infrastructure for doing this. Is that something I want to do first? Probably, I think. Because if I get this going, then we can start building, or we can start having the stuff come in and start trying to make the low density structures. I think that's probably sensible. Oh yes, prod mods, that's a good idea. I'm not making prod mods anywhere. Let's do that as well. Oh, and I need to leave more space for the modules over here. So let's actually get rid of that again. Put in some machines up here like this. And this. These will all need reprogramming actually because it's the wrong sort of module. So we'll do productivity modules first. Then we'll do speed, I guess. And then finally we'll do the efficiency ones. I don't feel like I really need efficiency modules. I don't tend to use them, but you know, I might as well add them in. So you're going to be doing the productivity modules. You're going to be doing speed modules, and you're going to be doing efficiency modules. Right, so there we go. That's all 4 module types being made here. We'll then also want to have another machine to make the 2s and the 3s across here. So I'll leave that much space for those. And then I suppose at that point, I can start thinking about putting in my rocket silo. But actually, I'm going to want to make a load of low-density structures first. So maybe I should do that first. I think you might be right on Fizzy. That's sort of the suspicion, the conclusion I was coming to, and the suspicion I had, is that yes, a 0 isn't actually a, as you say, is a sort of a null. Oh, efficiency for power armor. That's a fair point. I'd forgotten about that completely. Yeah, so that's you're probably right that that's why it's not working. So Tristan suggested on Discord that I put in a combinator here like this, and on here I put in, I don't know, -1 shattered planet. Why not? And then I can hook that up to here, and then I can tell this one where I can make that a less than or equal to 0 like that, and that maybe that'll work, and then I can put that back to being an AND like that, which is what it's supposed to be. And now maybe this system will be a little bit happier and will actually work properly. I did notice with some minor amusement that I've now made 2 rare iron gear wheels and 5 uncommon iron gear wheels, which is nice, and 2 uncommon gun turrets as well, which are for some reason not being unloaded here. Oh, because that's that's loaded up with all the. There's only room for 5 different things on here, and turrets have apparently not made the cut. That's mildly awkward. So I guess those are just going to accumulate in the wagon here until we've got enough. So we've got 48 gun turrets in there at the moment. We're aiming for 100 of them, but there might be some out in the in the system as well. What are we getting over here? Gun turrets, there must be. Oh, there's already 100 of them. It shouldn't be making gun turrets, but it's going to try and make another. It's still feeding through. I don't know why. Thanks to the resub, Tiger. Much appreciated. How long's that for? I can't tell because I've got the wrong bits and pieces open. Because I had a panic and a technical difficulty when I was trying to get stuff up and working. 6 months. Nice. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Right. So what have we got being fed through here? We've got a output signals -2 turrets. So why are you building? Why are you trying to build a turret? What the hell is going on over here? Oh, it'll be because it's been locked to that. But no. What? Why is this all broken? What are you doing? So here's one that's being stupid. No, that was the one I'd supposedly fixed, and it was still being stupid. What is wrong with I don't understand this. This is just broken, and well, okay. The whole system has gone to sleep now, which might be a good thing, and that probably means we've got everything we need. Except some of these aren't feeding stuff through because we've got a shortage of. What? So we're feeding red signals in and out. Up. I don't understand. Why doesn't this work? So here we've got. If red, everything is less than or equal to 0, which it is, then pass through everything. So we're getting all of that coming out here. That's being fed up to here on the green wire. Oh, and then is it adding the two of them together? Yes, it is. I'm very confused. You know what? I'm going to come back and deal with this some other time because this is just confusing me, and I don't want to just spend the entire stream staring at it. Let's go off and kill some biters. So this wall is now finished. It's got loads of ammunition in. This is now working properly. So we're happy with that. Let's go and cause trouble somewhere else. Because yes, I don't really want to leave this planet with a wide open wall over to the west. So yeah, of course, robots will build with whatever quality you tell them to build with, won't they? So I guess what I'll do is I'll hang on to those turrets and save them for special occasions, like if I have a convex corner, or if I'm going out doing slightly more manual stuff and I need the turret and I want to put down some slightly more powerful turrets. Exactly, yeah. There's a complete lack of wall over to the west, so this area is not defended apart from, by the trees, and trees are not hugely effective. I do already have a belt-based maul persistent. I just thought I wanted to do something different because I thought it'd be interesting, and then it just didn't work quite as nicely as I wanted it to, and just turned into a bit of a mess. This is going to be an awkward place to attack because there's a very thin peninsula. So I'll chuck in some poison capsules first, since I ended up making those. Get that rock out of the way. Come on, the rock's nearly gone. No, it's not. What? How did the rock drop to basically no health and then suddenly recover? I don't. Sorry, then suddenly become indestructible. I don't understand. Fine, I'll just sort of park up here and kill everything the old-fashioned way. At least it's quite a small nest, so I'm can get away with doing it just like that. Right, put that away before you end up destroying, throwing a poison capsule at your feet. Right. I'm still not quite sure. Actually, no. As I was going to say, I'm not quite sure about the poison capsules. That's they did make really good quick work of the worms. So that was worth having. But then, to be fair, the machine gun makes pretty quick work of the worms as well. So they are both valid strategies, it seems. And I'm down to one poison capsule. I've got some slowdown capsules. It's only reduces the movement speed, not attack speed. So it could be good for the biters that inevitably end up chasing me, but not going to be so effective against anything else. So if I come in here and kite all of these guys, then throw a couple of these out. Can make them a little bit less dangerous. Then I can come up here, I can throw one of those in like that, and then just start strafing everything. Or just run away, perhaps. The slow guys are indeed slow, but there's still too many of them, so... strafing run. And another rock. What the... Ah. Oh. These rocks are... Oh no, I'm in trouble. Run away. No, I'm dead. So, yeah, I got... What happened? What are the rocks? So I drove into the rock. It took a load of damage. Fine. Then I started... and then it stopped taking damage quickly because the impact had stopped. So I started sort of grinding up against it to carry on destroying it. The health went down and down and down and down. And then it got to one square and it stopped. So I don't really understand why the tank got stuck against that rock quite so badly. Because the health, as I say, the health dropped a big chunk when I drove into it, because I smacked into it. Big impact. Fine. Good. That's as you'd expect. But then it didn't carry on dropping. It did carry on dropping as the tank was grinding up against it. And then it stopped dropping, and then the tank got blown up. So I'm not sure what I was doing wrong there. Yeah, but no reversing doesn't work, because if you reverse, you just go into all the biters and you get stuck against the biters. So that's no better. Which is why I carried on which is why I just wanted to push through the rock rather than deal with the biters. rather than trying to kill all of the biters that were in the way, and would have blocked me if I tried to reverse. So that wouldn't have worked. What else do I need for a tank? Red circuits. So no, no regular. That would not have helped. Evening, Metbar. Welcome. No, the biters sped up fairly quickly, and there were a few other biters around. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the recording to be absolutely certain. But I feel I don't think reversing was really an option. It might have been that it sometimes isn't an option, and it would have been that time. To be fair, I'm not certain. That's a lot more coal than I intended to pick up. Take all of that and one of that. Oh, and I need to make another submachine gun as well. Actually, no, I don't. I'm going to go and pick up my body in a minute. Yeah, exactly. A remote control tank. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, alright, let's do that. I haven't tried that yet. Where, there it is. As long as I can still shoot, of course. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was doing, Tristan. I drove into the rock, and the rock stopped taking damage. So eventually the tank got destroyed, and I got annoyed with it. So I can't pick up my corpse with this remote control tank, of course. Oh well. Oh yeah, radar coverage. Yeah, that's not going to be too successful, is it? All right, we'll bring the tank back with remote control and head back out there again for both these reasons. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having sufficient power to, use all those sort of toys, but that is not just yet, unfortunately. How do I unremote view? Is it that? Yes. Alright, okay, let's try that again. I mean, things were going reasonably well, apart from getting stuck on the rocks. So I should be able to deal with these biters without too much difficulty. Is G any different from using return to get in and out of vehicles? Because that's what I've been using sort of by habit. Oh, and I need to change weapon, which is C. I still haven't rebound that, because tab should not be map. That's very confusing. Oh, got some grenades. That'll help. So yeah, the grenades seem to be the most effective way of dealing with all the biter nests. Also, some green ammunition will probably be even more effective, but you can't have everything straight away. That's taken quite a lot of damage. I haven't got any repair packs, but I can probably sneak over here. Yeah, I can grab the corpse now. I can hear a worm getting angry with me, but worms are always angry. That's what they're like. Let's fix up the tank. That's probably going to take more than 3 repair packs I've got. But I might be able to make... I should be able to pocket craft some more. I did grab some random stuff. No, shields are a little bit too high-tech at the moment. I haven't got any of that. I believe you can kill yourself by driving a remote control tank over yourself. I think somebody admitted to having done it on the Discord. I have not done it myself yet. It is only a matter of time, but I have not yet done it myself. I don't remember whether they did it for science, TM, or whether they did it through sort of clumsiness. Alright, that's another spawner gone. Take out the worms because that's relatively easy these days. How am I doing for health? Not brilliantly, but well enough. I say well enough. I'm not sure it is well enough at this point, actually. That worm was a bit tougher than I was expecting. I've obviously that must be the first of the sort of the next tier up of worms that I've now unlocked, which is lovely. Nests have the health power of a behemoth worm. Oh dear. Yeah, that sounds like it's time to just abandon the planet and tell the biters that they can own it now. Actually, hopefully by that point you've got green ammunition as well, so it's not too bad, and maybe other weaponry as well. But yeah, it does sound quite horrific. I have not got tank shells. I suspect I could have tank shells. I do not. I haven't got any. I'm not using them. I suspect I could. But my experience, and now my experience is out of date because this is all 1.1 experience. But my experience has always been that tank shells are kind of rubbish. It's possible they're not anymore. Oh, I've run into a puddle. I don't know what I've run into, but I'm stuck. Again. Yes, I ran into a puddle. And of course, a puddle is not something a tank can deal with. Oh dear, that's a lot of spit coming in. That was closer than too close for comfort. So close, in fact, that I forgot that shooting is a thing I can do with this tank, and just kind of let the biters get on with it. I think it was explosive shells I was using in 1.1 and decided weren't really worth it. Yeah, I'd like the normal shells to be extremely powerful against a single entity, and the explosive shells to have splash damage, because then it makes it feel like it's worth using both of them. So they maybe basically armor piercing versus high explosive. So be able to do sort of an enormous amount of damage to a single thing. So you hit a hit a spawner, and it's almost lethal. Okay, I'm getting very different answers from you guys. So I'm going to need you to consult with each other until you come up with a straight answer for me. I need somebody else to kite the biters off for me while I'm going in and doing this grenade shenaniganery. Huh. There we go. Another one bites the dust. Okay, maybe I should be building some building shells then, because the big problem I'm having is that the spawners are, you know, quite tough. I think aiming with the tank is not going to be too difficult. Ooh, this one looks like quite an easy one to deal with. Let's get the grenades out. One down. Oh, there's another. I saw a red flashing thing on the mini-map and thought I'd run out of fuel and nearly panicked. Half health, okay, nearly there. Come on, die. That is actually genuinely a big worm. No wonder it's a bit tougher. Right, there we go. Hello, Sequential. Welcome. Yeah. Looking up stats for all the weapons does sound like a good idea, rather than just guessing at how effective something is based on half-remembered things from the past. So you're probably right there, Persistent. Looking at the actual numbers would seem like a good idea. I'm going to assume that book icon in the top corner there is the Factoriopedia. Yes, there we go. Okay, so ammunition types. We've got so at the moment I'm using the machine gun, which does 14.5 damage. Okay, fine. We can use a cannon shell, which does 1,000 damage. Okay, that's quite a lot. All right, maybe I should be using these cannon shells then. All right, let's get some of those for next time I come out doing some sort of expansionisms. I'll try and make some tank shells. I can click on them too. Oh, lots of more numbers. Great. Okay. Yeah, so there's quite a lot of there's some nice numbers over there. Rocket fuel. Rocket fuel, I think, is something. Well, hang on, do I? Rocket fuel for cannon shells. No, I don't. Oh, rocket fuel for the power in the tank, though. Yeah, that. Okay, yes, that makes sense. You know what? Actually, I'm starting to miss those poison capsules because they thinned out the worms really, really nicely. Do I have the stuff with me to make more of them? No. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, giving my tank legs would be quite nice, but that would require me to have a system to power them, which I don't really have at the moment. I think my general experience has been that the all of the all stuff like exoskeletons is only useful once you've got the fusion generator in order to give you a decent power output. Before that, you just can't generate enough power realistically to. Oh dear, tank's in trouble. Tank's a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And I haven't got a gun. Yes, I have. Oh no! Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed tab to change weapon. Right, I'm changing the key bindings for that because that now it's actually got me killed. It's time to change it. Right, where are we? Next weapon, tab. Is open. Where's map? Just to make sure it's been unset. Surely it's in the top stuff. Oh, this looks like there we go. No. Oh, right click to clear. There we go. Right. Okay, that might make me slightly less likely to die to that. Yes, map is M, but map is also tab. That's the problem. By default, map is now also tab, and tab is not how you're supposed to open maps. Therefore, it's a problem. Having tab to open maps is very traditional. Many games do that. However, Factorio until very recently was not one of those games, and therefore changing it is causing headaches. I should have gone out and done all of this killing of biters between streams and gone, yes, so between the streams I finished off this little bit of stuff I was doing. And then you wouldn't have to watch me just sort of dying repeatedly in dumb ways. Right, so we'll have a tank. Oh yeah, I did say I was going to... I've only got like one more biter nest out there to destroy, and then I've done everything I wanted. So I'm not going to bother with the tank shells for now, which will probably be I suppose there's these two up here. All right, let's change my mind again. Let's do tank shells. So what do they require? Let's assume I can aim. I know it's a bit of a bold assumption, but I'm going to assume it. Cannon shells are steel, plastic, and explosives. And explosives is sulfur, coal, sulfur, and water. I've got water down here. I've got sulfur here, in fact. What are you doing? Are you doing batteries? Yeah, I think we'll do this separately. I'm running out of space for my bus, which is a bit annoying. Because part of the reason I set this thing up here was because I was aware that I was running out of space for the bus a little bit, and so if I could just get all of the basic production of normal stuff, like all of my buildings and stuff like that, onto the being done there, then it'd be then I could expand the bus wherever I needed. Then I'd have a lot more space available because I wouldn't have things like belt construction and pylons and I don't need ammunition up there anymore. I guess I'm going to have to come off the bottom of the bus, which isn't ideal. Right, so where would be a good place to do this? The bus is probably... Oh, we've already got sulfur down here. Was it coal, sulfur, and explosives so coal, sulfur, and coal? No, coal, sulfur, and water. That's what I'm trying to say to make explosives. Yes, coal, sulfur, and water. We've got coal here. We've got sulfur here, and we've got water. So let's just do the explosives down here. Why not? No. But there. You are want to make explosives. You're going to need water. You're going to need sulfur. And you're going to need coal. I don't expect to need particularly large quantities of explosives. They tend to be things you use in relatively small quantities, I think. So I think just one machine making them for now is going to be sufficient. But I'll design it in such a way that I can do more if I want to. Then the cannon shells were going to be that and steel and plastic. So steel is just up here. That's easy. Fine, bring it to there. And plastic, I'm going to have to split off from where it's being made to being made here. Now, I have a slight concern here that the reason that I'd have set up the plastic to be being produced in exactly the right amount for that, but for the red circuits. But if it becomes a problem, I'll just put in more production later. That's not a difficulty. What have we got here on this section of bus? So we've got those two, but is there anything else on here? And there's some wiggling of pipes here. But no, I don't think there's anything else here. So I can put plastic on this bus, on this here. This is in the wrong place, but never mind. We'll go under it for now. That's going to have to be a red underground belt. Like that. You're right, I did have plastic right there. Okay, let's cancel all this for now. It's a good point. I've got plastic and all the stuff that goes. I might need. I mean, I should probably have more plastic production, but I can. But having more plastic production down here is going to be very, very easy. I'm going to put in another machine here. Feed that in there. Pop that up there, and feed it out like this. But you know what? I could just put that onto this side of this belt. Then we've got two of those things there. This is getting a little bit spaghetti, which I'm not a huge fan of. But well, actually, no, that's a lie. I quite like spaghetti. Quite like the spaghetti. And I want you to make. So I want you to make the tank shells. Boom, like that. And we need a long inserter as well. It's going to take quite a long time to actually make a decent number of these, but oh well. Until tank shells, it's that one is less. Well, it's less than 200, 300. Nope, I have not got to space platforms yet, Tiger. This is the I had last week off because I was on holiday, so I'm a little bit behind in the Factorioing at the moment. But I'll get there sooner or later. Why are you not happy? No plastic. Why are you not plastic-ing? Oh, because I haven't told you to. There we go. Right, so that will be tank shells sooner or later. I suspect if I'd made my space platform by now, I'd be doing a lot more space platform related stuff and not messing around on Norvis with biters and things. Well, actually, I suppose at some point I'll probably need to. I'll probably realise I was short of stuff and come back down again. So, yeah, maybe I would. Right, you know what? While that's running, let's set up construction over here of low density structures because I'm going to need a lot of them for purposes of rocket production. So you are going to be doing low density structures, which is copper, steel, and plastic as ever. And this is what this is where I'm going to need that plastic breakout that I was putting in before. But that means we can just pass it along the belt this way, bus this way rather. Oh, don't do that. Don't go under trees, go through trees, like this. That's better. See, that's a lot more fun, isn't it? So, what's the recipe for these? 20 copper, 2 steel and 5 plastic. and it takes 15 seconds to build. Okay, so let's put the copper in on its on the near belt, because we're going to need a lot of that. This is a crazy amount of copper. I always forget how much copper you need for low density structures. It is genuinely ridiculous. Okay, so that goes there and there. There, so that's my copper being fed in. Put in a couple of these for when the iron eventually needs to come through. And then it was plastic and steel, I think, was the other one. Right, your plastic. Bring plastic up about. Yeah, I'll put that a bit too close. Never mind, it'll be fine. Probably. And then the steel is this one. Put that in about. It's going to have to be here, isn't it? Maybe I'll put it in here and then put the plastic somewhere else. So then that steel can come up there. Have the plastic come up here. Like that. Then down here, splitter, splatter, splotter. Doop. There we go. And steel comes along here, like that. Finish off the iron belt, because why not? Right, so that's those two. And that one. Then over here we have an inserter and a long inserter. And pylon in there. And then I'll exert all of these. Try and get the pattern right. Okay. So it's there and there. And put an output belt down the outside here. And you know what? Let's put another block of these in on the top, because I seem to do things in threes, because that works quite nicely with the pylons. So there we go. That's going to be the low density structures being made in probably an insufficient quantity, but it'll do for a starting point. Right. In the meantime, how are we doing with these? Got 22. That's probably it's enough to play with anyway. See if the system, see if my ideas, see if they're any good. Bring you down there. Jump in. You're going to need some of this. And, oh, red ammo. Let's get some red ammo on the way out. Although, I'm not going to be able to use both red ammo and cannon shells, so... But I do want to take some red ammo with me, just for when I inevitably find out that cannon shells aren't as good as I hoped. I wonder if they probably come under explosive damage, don't they? So we should get, if we do some more of that, do some research into that, then they might get better before we get out there. So that'll be not flammables, but explosive rocketry. Nope. Stronger explosives. 300. That's probably that's going to take. Well, that's going down quite quickly. We've got some Windows time going on there, but we'll see how that goes. We'll find out in a minute. Thing is, I don't really want to use the tank shells against anything other than the spawners. I think, yeah, that is effective. So basically, a one-shot anything, but it's a massive waste to use it on. Well, not a waste, but it's not so effective to use them on anything but the spawners. because they're just maybe those guys. Yeah, using them on the spawners is absolutely fantastic, but you need to make sure you can get yourself into a position where you can take pot shots at the spawners without hitting everything else, without hitting other things instead. Because I suppose that's what whoever it was who said you need to be a good shot with them meant. Exactly, Mark. Yeah, switching back and forth between the cannon for the spawners and probably the big worms, and then the red ammunition for the biters and the spitters is the trick, I think. I've got 18 left. There's another nest over here. Let's go in and try it. That will be even better. There we go. Yeah, this is okay. This is really effective. I take back everything I said. I take back every negative thing I said about the cannon shells. They are really effective. I think going in with poison capsules as well would be even better. Because then I'd be able to. Then that would effectively take out all the worms and probably most of the biters. So yeah, I think a three weapon process is going to be the way to do this next time. So let's try and remember about that. Okay, I think that is enough combat for one day. So now what I need to do is rummage in my blueprint library and take the RoboGrid blueprint, and so if I go from here to straight over here, then I'll be able to build my wall across this bit. Maybe across here actually. Yeah, about here I think, like that. Yeah, chat has been very, very useful. I appreciate the input, and I don't mean that sarcastically. I wouldn't dream of being sarcastic with you guys. Some nice mining opportunities over here as well. So where was I going to build that? It's over here, here, and sort of up here as well. Right. So in about 1 million years, the bots will build all of that for me, probably. These will not link up because of the vagaries of because my old blueprint didn't have them in the middle, because that's a fail. Yeah, going around and around in circles is great when your nest is out in the open, like some of them are. So that one, I could probably just drive in circles round, lobbing shells in until I've taken out the spawners, and maybe throw some slow or poison at the biters first, so they don't gnaw on the tank too much. Or if I put some exoskeletons on it, then I can just stay out of their way. But ones like this one, if you try and orbit it, you're going to smash into the cliff face here, so that isn't going to work so well. No, I don't think the cannon shells are particularly good for taking out biters. I mean, they're very good for taking out biters, but they don't seem to keep going. They're not. It's not a railgun. I mean, it's not railgun style, unless you're saying somewhere earlier that's what I should be doing. Yeah, it is quite useful having other players in your squad who will go out and deal with do some of the combat stuff for you. Unfortunately, this is a single player run, so later I'll do a multiplayer run another time though, I think. Oh, you sent your space machine off to Gleba. Nice. Personal lasers would make it a lot better, certainly. If I had personal lasers that were. Well, if I had personal lasers, that'd be great. Once again, though, it's the same sort of. It's the usual problem of me not having the high end, not having anything. Bleh, words. It's the usual problem of me not having the not having the ability to power up my any random equipment yet, because I don't have the. What is wrong with me today? I don't have the fusion generator, so I can't generate enough power to keep all of these sort of things running. So I'm a little bit stuck on that front. Right, so that goes there, and then what's wrong with this blueprint? Well, apart from that's obviously wrong. Oh, and that, and that. Yeah, there's two turrets. Sorry, two pylons too close together at the top. So let's just take that bit of it then. I've put that there. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Just going to build that down here straight into this cliff, which I've kind of missed, but never mind. We'll do that. And that. And that. Right, there we go. So that's the top part. I'm not going to say it's now defended because it ain't. We need to get the ammunition in there yet. There's a convenient gap in the cliff down here, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to need to put in at least some turrets here, and you can bet that this is where the biters are going to focus on because they're sods like that. What's the range on these? Yeah, that's probably sufficient range if I do that, which means I'll then need to have this belt continue downwards like this. There we go. And then across the bottom. And then, you know, from down here, I'm just going to go straight down like this. And once again, we've got the problem here of a corner. So the cliffs, yes, the cliffs are completely impervious to biters. The biters cannot go through the cliffs, but the spitters can spit over them. And that means that the cliffs are not quite the defensive panacea that you think of them as being. They're just really, really good walls, which means I still need to have turrets along here like this to try and defend this area. And this is probably would be a good place to use some of the better turrets that I may or may not have available. Anyway, I can't do any more of that until we've got a bit more, until we've got some radar down here by placing some more of these turrets. Actually, I could drive down there. Would be fine. I think. Do I want to bring a train out over this way? Yeah, I think I want to do this as two completely separate outposts. I think so. We'll have one that feeds the walls up here. So that means I'm going to need my straight rail blueprint like this. Run it over to here. We have some. Can I select that track, please? There we go. And flip it around like that. Then over here, this isn't. Is this going to link up? Yes. Oh yes, it is. Excellent. So that'll get built. We can now put in the unloading outpost station over here. If we've got, is that an outpost station? Yes. Put an outpost station here somewhere. Kind of hard to tell where the track goes from there, but I think that's going to be all right. We'll wait for that. Yeah, I think I can link those bits of track up. So we'll wait for that to get built, and then I'll need to bring another one out over this way, probably from here because this is where I've already got a corner here set up here, which actually means I didn't need to set up all of these. Didn't think that all the way through. We'll go as far as here and then do something about this, getting it around these cliffs. But for now, right, we'll leave that running because, well, it's just gonna. We'll just leave that to get built and come over and have a look at this area over here. So we still haven't got any plastic through. So obviously I screwed up a belt somewhere along here. Well, that's iron, which is. Why am I trying to? I'm not trying to bring iron in. This is plastic. Oh, I just didn't do the rotating of the some of these belts when I placed them down. Yeah, that's the thing that if you're setting up the sort of the bus layout like this, sometimes it's useful to be able to drag the underground belts across. But if you drag downwards, you end up with the belts pointing in the wrong direction. If you drag upwards, you end up starting in the wrong place if you're not very careful. And sometimes I'm not very careful, so I didn't want to. Okay. So right. So now we want to think about making the rocket sections, which are done in here. Are you going to tell me what the recipe for those is, or do I have to find it somewhere else, like possibly in here? There we go. That one. Rocket fuel. That's the other thing I need. Rocket fuel. I should have looked up how to make that as well while I was in there. Rocket fuel is solid fuel and light oil. Okay, so that's a do it down here thing then. We've got the light oil here. We've got many things that could make solid fuel. We're just going to make simply do it all from light oil, because why wouldn't we, basically? I assume solid fuel is going to be made in a chemical plant. Can't look like that. Solid fuel from light oil is made in a chemical plant. Yes. Rocket fuel also made in an assembly machine. Okay. Oops. If you build the bus out fully, you can just drag normal belts and it places the undergrounds. Yes, but then you end up with a lot of stuff. You end up having to pull up a load of belts in order to place the bits like this, and then you end up with a load of stuff in your inventory that you didn't want, or in the robo network, which you didn't want, and also you end up with a lot more stuff just lying on your belts, which in early game, at least, not so much now, but in early game can be rather prohibitively expensive, should we say. Right, so we're going to get rid of this wall because it's not needed anymore. We don't need any of that. We're going to get rid of these trees for similar reasons. And then over here, so I'm going to start making my rocket fuel down here. So we're going to go 4 machines to make the solid fuel. And I'm going to do it. Actually, no, I probably don't have to do undergrounds. I could use long inserters for this. I know they're slow, but it probably doesn't matter. And then along here, I can do inserters. And power like this. And then long inserters. Okay, I didn't think this my cunning plan the whole way through here. So I'll put in a big pylon there and a big pylon. Actually, that's linked in down there, so that's all fine now. So I can get rid of that one. Put a long inserter in there and power there and there. Sure, why not? And I can then have a belt that comes across here. If I do end up putting more in, I can do it wherever, over here. Yeah. And I can bring my rocket fuel up here on a belt, because why not? To here. No, to here. Run that forever over this way. Right, that's my rocket fuel. Belt is too close? No, that's... Oh, down here. Yes, you're quite right, it is. Yep, thank you for pointing that out. There we go. Try it again with less fail this time. Thank you. And then up here, right, what's I going to do? Yes, I was going to put in my rocket silo, boom, which is that. I was going to put it in sort of up here somewhere, like so. Bit of space around it for whatever it needs. Have that. Then we'll have this belt come across and feed in. Nope. Here we'll have another belt bringing in the blue circuits. Wherever they are, they're down here somewhere. Blue circuits, you. And that's the bottom of the thing, so we'd have that come out there, down, across, up. I can hear the chattering of the wildlife in the trees. That's kind of cool. I remember that being mentioned in a blog post, actually, that there's now a little bit more life in the universe. And then we also wanted to have the fuel, which is coming in along here. This is the top of a thingy. So you're there. So that means I can put this one here. Yeah, just trying to make the place trying to make Nauvis seem slightly more alive, I think was the point behind that. And yeah, it's quite nice. I think that's there. It's kind of hard to tell. Right, there we go. And you guys are going to need power, so I'll put another pylon there. You don't need programming with anything, you just need all these things to be fed in. Lovely. Right, how's my other outcrop growth going? Okay, well, I've got 2 rows of roboports here, which is kind of wasteful, but c'est la vie. We'll deal with that now. It's true. It is a little bit. It is a little bit biter-esque, and it did make me a little bit paranoid the first couple of times. But I think I've got used to it, and so it's not quite so bad anymore. But yeah, it was disconcerting at first. I will admit that. Is this my belt? Yes, I think. So build that out to there. Stick in that, and then this needs to go downwards. At least it's not a diagonal belt, that's all I have to say. Diagonal ones are really fiddly when you want to do any sort of adjustment to how the belt runs. The vertical ones aren't so bad. Okay, so we've got most of the way out along here, so that's going quite nicely. We'll have this built up in the not too distant future. Down here, again, also making some quite good progress. And then here, yeah, we're going to run into some difficulties because of this cliff. These are just rocks, so that's not too bad. What if I just put in a radar here so I can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit better? That seemed like a good idea. In fact, you know what? While I'm at it, I'm going to stick in radars up here as well. And down here, just to get a little bit more visibility around the area. So, as we were discussing in a yesterday's stream, in fact, the radars have a one chunk greater range on their visibility than the built-in radar in the roboports, and they also do scanning as well. So, having them sort of on the extremes of your factory is quite useful. It does give you that little bit. It means you can see that little bit further out, all the way around. So, I put in radars on my outpost walls. And I'm just hoping there isn't a biter nest in here that I've somehow missed. I think I'm probably alright with that, though. Okay, construction's coming along reasonably well. So we'll be okay with that. A few more bits of belt to be put in over here. And lots of undergrounds as well. The blue circuits are coming. No, we're not going to be making rocket fuel yet because I haven't actually programmed any of this stuff because I forgot. So you guys are going to be doing that, solid fuel from light oil. You guys are going to be doing rocket fuel from... You guys are not assembly machines, so you should not be there. Instead, we'll try and do this correctly. We'll put in assembly machines along here. You guys are going to be making rocket fuel. Like that. That's, might actually work, so that'll be an improvement. Oh yeah, productivity modules for the silo. Good point, because we did start making those, and we've got a supplier for some of them. So yeah, over here, productivity modules. Let's do it, get from there and go blop, 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 blop. There we go. So yeah, that's going to save me a small fortune, I think. So that's very worth doing. Thank you very much. Should have thought of that. There we go. 3 prod mods and 4 prod mods. 6 plus 16%. Not to be sneezed at. There's my rocket fuel making machines in place now. That seems to be running well, the machines are running, so that's good. Let's put some lights in down here because it's kind of gloomy and I can't tell what's going on. Well, I could probably imagine what's going on, but it is definitely a bit gloomy, and we don't like that. For the sake of the stream, we'll throw some light in this area. Where else needs a spot of illumination? Yes, over here. So this is all a bit dim. So we'll put a row of lights in down here like that. And then, is there any room for them up here? Yes, we put them there and there and there and there. And put 4 along the side of there because it's a new and exciting thing. Okay, so you've now got it's got a couple of each of those, and now we're just waiting for the rocket fuel to make its way up this rather long belt. I have no reason to expect it to fail, but also it seems to be taking quite a long time. Oh, it is quite a slow recipe. Yeah, there's some down there. I think I might need more of this. So let's take that. and say, more please. Please, sir, can I have some more? Oh, I'm going to have to offset it one. Oh, that sucks. Or two. Let's put it there. No, just one will do. But I do need to then get rid of that light and put in an inserter there. And get rid of that one. And apparently that... No, that... Oh, I don't know. Put that there. Will that work? Yes, that'll work. And then I think another set there and there. Oh, you're right. There's a bit of belt missing. Thank you. Well spotted. I like to think I would have got there eventually. And not just because I've gone in and demolished half the woods. But let's put an additional pylon in the middle of there because that doesn't seem to be reaching. Yeah, that Roboport is in a really bad place, but oh well. I should probably what I should have done is just move that down a bit, put it underneath the belt, and then it probably have still linked up. Yeah, it would easily have still linked up. In fact, let's do that. Although it's not that full of pots. So put that down. Put that down there. Then I can complete this belt, and then I'm just going to move all of this back in so to keep the pattern nice. There we go. Put all of that there. In fact, paste, not that, but that. Just overlaps that one, I think. What? I'm very confused by all this. Right, so put that in. It goes there, and there, and there. And that should all be self-contained. And now I've got the pylons there. I think that's right. We'll come back in a minute and find out. But as it is, we've got hopefully a small flurry of rocket fuel. I think it hadn't made it up that far yet, actually. Oh, there it is. It's just that belt has just been placed. Okay, so we've got a little flurry of rocket fuel heading up here. That'll be enough to get this just about started and make things start happening up there. Right, so over here, we're getting quite close to the exciting bit now. The exciting bit specifically being where we start to be able to build the actual defences themselves rather than just building out track. We've got a fair few more Roboports to be built first, though. I don't know if we're going to have the connection. Do you think that's going to be close enough? I can't really tell. So we've got one. Yeah, we've got one there. And then we should have one. We'd want to have one there. Yeah, and then we can have these ones. Yeah, so I need one more in there. That's okay. That's not too bad. And then I can remove probably. Oh, it'll have to be this one, I think, to then link up the to separate it off. Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's a worm and some friends. Let's do something about that, shall we? I've run out of grenades, which is mildly annoying. But you know what? Have some of that. There we go. Now they're just absolute sitting ducks for me. That's a bit of a tough guy. There we go. Okay, that did penetrate, actually. I might have to start using the cannon shells more against softer targets again. Like the hordes of biters that end up following me, and give that a try. I didn't think of that at the right time. Okay. Yes, no guard. I got there eventually. Don't have that. Right. Somewhere in here, there is an unlinked rail. I might be able to just about get it from here, actually. Yeah, that'll do. Also, I think I might need to put in a... Well, I definitely need to have signals on the entrance and exit. And I think I might need to put them in manually. There we go. Okay, so this will all build itself up eventually. Oh, except down here where there's a bit missing. So we'll need to sort that out. Down here, on the other hand, we've now got okay, most of the Roboportage built up. I think the way to do this is going to be to bring the track from here, basically round this way, to about, where was I going to put the, I was going to put the wall across over here. So if I run the track to here, then loop it round, bring it back to here, and then join it onto there. And I will no doubt get a lot of abuse from Persistent for having wiggly tracks, but it's not my fault, it's because there's cliffs there. And that's still better than it would have been if I put in one of my crossroads here, a roundabout crossroads here, and then another one up here for it to go off that. No, being up here for it to then go off that way. So I think this is still a lesser evil. What's going on down here? There's a gun turret in the way. Let's get rid of that and put the track in instead. That seems like a much better idea. That's getting put together fairly nicely. We don't have any more biter expansions as far as I can tell at the moment, so that's good. We need, well, I say we still need more and more and more of these. Actually, we want one more roboport in here, and then we'll get a good big chunk of this built. We'll get all four of these, probably all four of these roboports put in place. We'll get all of this, maybe a load of this wall built as well. Maybe, yeah, probably about this much of the wall built as well. Wait, no, I'm seeing my own logistics coverage area. There is indeed, it's more of a parked train than a lost train. I think I was using it for transport earlier, but yeah, it probably should be rescued and put somewhere a bit more sensible, because that is eventually that's going to get in the way of outpost trains coming out to over here. So yes, if I could tell that one to go to. In fact, if I drive it remotely, then I can just reverse it out and then put it somewhere more sensible. Like, let's put it in stone drop for now, because there's nothing going on up there yet. Whee! And loop. Those things are silly. I have not started building a space platform starter pack. That sounds like a thing that does sound like a useful thing, I have to admit. Cargo landing pair, space platform foundation, space platform starter pack, which needs foundations, which is steel and copper cable. Okay, yeah, let's start on that one. How are we doing over here? So we've made most of a rocket though, so that's going well. Yeah, sending it up with a space platform starter pack does feel like it makes sense. And then presumably we'll need to send more up with space platform foundations in order to build up the space platform, and then I can start putting things on the top of it. Ooh, we have a rocket. Oh no, we have a rocket being 6%. I don't know what this rocket progress is. Oh, you can build two rockets. Okay, fair enough. So we'll have a second rocket sort of tucked in underneath in case it gets chilly. Right, so space platform bits. I've sort of tempted to do it over here, because if I do that, and then that, we can make cables here. We can make rockets, space platform foundation here. And then we can make a starter pack. Oh, it needs blue circuits as well. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? I misread the thing. Let's not do that then. Actually, let's. Because I can bring the. I'm going to need blue for the tier 3 modules. I'm going to need blue circuits anyway, and apparently superconductors. Fine, why not? So let's bring a belt up. Bring a belt up the middle of here. I can't count. That should be one further out. That's kind of annoying. So we'll bring it up here anyway. All right, you're going to want a couple of these because it's probably going to have some serious throughput. One of them. That. What was it for to make a starter pack? Yeah, it did need steel. Okay, so that's good. Then along here, I need to bring blue circuits up over here. So that's here. Boom. Boop. That's my blue circuits. I'll probably want to get superconductors onto the other side of that belt at some point, but we'll worry about that later. Burn that bridge when we come to it, as we say. Get some power, and I'll pop these out at the top because I don't know what to do with them at the moment. I'll put them in a box, and then we'll think about more sensible things to do with them later. I feel like a large number of more than one starter pack might be unnecessary, so I probably want to only make one of those. Well, one of those for now, at a time. I don't know what that initial items is. Well, I guess we'll find out later. If that equals 0, then make. I do suspect I'm going to need a lot more of these though. So once I've got my first starter pack, my starter for 10, if you will, then I'll start putting them into a box, so somewhere to keep them. I did wonder if I was going to need more platform production. So how long do these take? They take 10 seconds to make, and they take 20 copper cable. And one of these machines can make 20 copper cable. Okay, so they are actually hang on, what? Half a second. It was half a second each, wasn't it, for copper cable? Yes, two copper cables in half a second, so 4 per second, and this uses 2 per second. So I can put in another one of these machines here, feed it from there, and then there, and then just feed that straight out into a box for safekeeping. How are you getting on? Okay, so you've got 4 of your space platform foundations out of the 60 required. Jeez, that's quite a lot. Fair enough. It's probably presumably it's going to give me a bit of an area to start building things on. And yeah, we can check those through. Right, there we go. Oh yeah, I intellectually I know that thing over there on the right that tells me how fast it runs is there, but I haven't internalized it yet. Yeah. So yes, in theory I know it's there. In practice, I am forgetful. Okay, so we've built 2 rockets now. So presumably we can put in the starter pack into there, and maybe some more space platform. And to be honest, I think I'm just going to send it up and see what happens at that point. I'm sure if I was going for maximum efficiency, there's a few other things that I put in as well. But at this point, I'm going for maximum ignorance instead. So I won't just yet. Oh yeah, otherwise I will end up with an awful lot of space platform. You're quite right. I feel like it's a lot more clicks now to get this sort of thing set up than it used to be. I'm sure it used to be you click that button, it was automatically connected. You clicked here, and you then didn't have to click on the tick. I suppose it's because you've now got to click on the quality, maybe choose quality as well. So yeah, it's a lot more clicks than it used to be, which is a bit of a faff. But never mind. I suppose the quality is at least mildly interesting. Okay, so over here we've got quite a lot of this now being made. The station is here and should be active. Should be calling for a train. Enable train limit 0. Oh, of course, because it's still hooked into the main logistics network. So I'm going to need to cut this at some point. Take this Roboport out at some point. But at the moment, that's not a good idea because we're still trying to build all the rest of it up, and that's being done from the main factory. I don't want that one. Do want now more of this. That overlap there. Oh, whole thing here. This should all be downward belt. This should probably not be here, but let's put that there and get rid of that one. And then that can come through here like that. Down to bottom here. Copy about, yeah, that much of it probably. And now I'm going to have exactly the same problem again down there. What if I get rid of that, and then this is gonna really annoy me later, because this is going to be, all these things are going to be in the wrong place. But I'm going to do it for now. Right, let's try it again. Not you. You. Now you'll fit. Yes, now you fit. Right. There we go. That should now all should all get built up, I think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we've got enough of that. Double click the item. That's what that. Oh, yeah, or E. Yes, either of those could be could work quite well. Double clicking is a good one. I'll try and remember that. Parameterized blueprints I have not investigated yet. I'm sure I will at some point, but it is not a thing I have yet. It is a thing that I have yet to discover and play around with. There's quite a lot of that sort of thing actually. I'm looking forward to making a load more tutorials for this game, but they're at least sort of some way off at the moment because I'm still making it up as I go along and trying to learn how to play it. Okay, so I was going to put more wall in over here, so that'll go from. Do it from here because this gives me a nicely slightly longer wall and therefore slightly better defensives. Yes, that's totally a valid term. You're not going to get built, are you? No, but never mind. Alright, and then over here, let's make another copy of that station because that is all good and correctish. Goodish and correctish. Good enough and correct enough, perhaps I should say. So I'm going to put that there. It gives me an outpost station. And this can come over to here, where once again we'll put in a splitter, like that. And this belt. This can then turn into an upwards belt. .500E red belt. This bit of rail here is pretty horrible. This corner is not very nice. It'd be slightly nicer if I'd had it slightly further back from the corner, but yeah. At some point in the future, this is probably only temporary anyway, because at some point the factory will expand beyond here, and I won't need outpost stations in the corners. 500E should give you what, about just over 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 belts, depending on how it rounds it. Yeah, it's close enough. I'm not actually making landfill at the moment. There are 118 places where the game would like to put some landfill down but can't. Sucks to be it. I'm going to need one more roboport in this area as well, so let's put that one down. Because at the moment we've built out to here, but we need... Oh, there's a belt in the way. Of course the belt is in the way. Why would the belt not be in the way? Let's do that, and then... Okay, then. Oh, that's really clever. It put in the undergrounds for me. I think somebody commented on that on Discord earlier today. I approve of that. But yeah, it's close enough, and that'll get the robo coverage to up there. Then we just need to wait for everything to be built, and then I can pull out a couple of the roboports, and then the defences will just automatically arm themselves, which is very nice. Just a bit of a wait to get everything built up. Right. In the meantime, we're not doing any research. What should we research? Flammables. That just gets me flamethrower turret damage more. Follower robot count, don't care. Uranium processing, can't do that until I start mining up some uranium. Bacon force, sure, why not? And lab research speed, why not? Can't get that one until I launch a rocket. Is that launch a rocket? Send space platform starter back into space. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. Let's get some laser shooting speeds and yeah, all right. Explosive rocketry sounds like fun. Personal laser defense is definitely worth having. Weapon shooting speed maybe. That'll do. That's fine. No, actually, E is also a constant. It's about what is it? 1.2.1, 1.2, something like that. It's also a constant as well as meaning times 10 to the power of. Cargo ships transport landfill to Gleba. Okay. Would you be better off transporting stone out there and making it on site? I don't know. I haven't glebed yet, so we'll find out. Yeah, E0 would be what you'd want to put if it does actually support that, which I slightly doubt, but you never know. It might have that sort of level of stuff of mathematical wasnamity. My roboports have almost met in the middle now at this point, which is mildly impressive. Oh, cheaper to send landfill, okay. Oh, did you say that, Tristan? I missed you saying that somewhere. I don't know which one we yeah, anyway, yes. Okay. Let's give you a name. Right. So, we are still waiting for another 20 of those pack things. Actually, there's enough in here, just that if they'd all gone into here, it'd be done by now. But never mind. We are 2/3 of the way there. Let's just let it run. We've made our rockets, so that's good. We are that much closer to going to space. The defences are nearly defensive, so that is also good. Just need to finish off a little bit of the building, and then we'll have everything we could possibly want. Oh, and then actually need to wait for a load of outpost trains to run, and I probably shouldn't go away until we've got all of these turrets armed, because otherwise we're bound to have some sort of crisis happen. Oh, don't put stuff into these yellow chests, you idiot bots. Why would you do that? Why would you bring it all the way down here? That's just, have we run out of yellow chest space up here because we've generated so much crap and it's not being sorted anyway because I don't have that level of logistics yet? Maybe we have. I do have Logibots. They're being made. I don't know how many of them I've got. I've got 26 of them because I've told the system to make them whenever I'm short of them, and I haven't actually used them yet for anything. So they exist, but they're not being used, and they're certainly not being made in large quantities. But yeah, you need to have a yellow chest somewhere in your outpost system because otherwise you inevitably get a bot will find something and it'll go, I'm holding this thing and I don't know what to do with it. It'll probably be something that's a vaguely sensible thing for it to hold, like an additional turret to go out and replace one, but for some reason it just ended up holding it because it's stupid. And then things just break down and your system doesn't work quite as nice as you'd hope it would. Oh, I see. The rocket silo acts as a requester chest. Nice. That could be very useful actually. Where are you? Oh, you're going down there. Okay, so yeah, I do have logistics bots, and everything I've made goes into red chests now. I think that might not be true for some of the intermediate components, but basically everything goes into red chests so that the construction bots can use them. I see. I can put logistics requests in here. Nice. That'd be quite handy. Nothing's going on here. Okay. I wondered briefly. Come on, get stuff built. Come on, bots. Stop being lazy. You were nearly there. Would it have hurt you to just dump it and then fly back slowly afterwards? Apparently so. Would have been the worst thing ever. Oh, I need some more pylons along here, actually. Including one there, and there, there. I need inserters along here would be useful as well, otherwise these turrets aren't going to do much. Dunk, 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 dunk. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Okay, that seems to be alright now. Yep, there's chittering in the trees again. And they're all sort of rustling ever so slightly in the breeze, which is also quite nice. This is obviously why I've not replaced the entire factory with concrete. It's nothing to do with resource levels. You know, I actually wouldn't be surprised if this wall gets finished before this one, because we're still waiting for another Roboport down there, and we don't have the coverage yet to build this entire wall. What's going on here? Oh, you haven't got power. Okay. Well, actually, once all this gets built, we'll pass power through. But it does feel a bit weird that there's a. Yeah, let's put one more of those in. Yeah. So I think actually this one is going to get finished before the top one, despite being started a lot later on and being technically and actually being further away from the factory. But yeah, it's nearly there. Speaking of nearly theirs, how are you doing? Ah, you're building. Excellent. That's what I would like to see. I should put some quality modules in here, and just for the hell of it, see what comes out the other side. I don't know if I imagine quality space platform wouldn't be that much more useful. Make sure to toggle the unload checkbox on spaceships. That sounds like reasonable advice. I'm sure once I actually get spaceships up and flying, I will learn many things very, very quickly. In some sort of frenzy of panic. Let's turn that round to like that. So once this does get built, we'll stop loading more and more space platform in, because then I can do this. And put that there and get it all being put into this box instead, which I think is going to be more useful. So we probably only need one of these things. So I guess that means now I can request that. Or not. I can do that. Okay, what should we call this space platform? I gather the naming them is a fun thing to do. So go ahead, guys. Who can come up with the best pun or the best sort of terrible name for my space platform? Oh, nice. So dumped all the resources on the way past another planet. I see. I can see why that would be quite upsetting, especially if it all just got gleebed on the way through. Oh, this is not in the logistics coverage area. Let's fix that by putting one of these in here and this here. And then looking over here again, nearly done. There's just that one which won't get placed because it needs landfill. Can't put that there, can't put that there. Right, so hopefully that means those areas are proof against biters. They better be. I'll be very upset if they're not. And also same up here, all of this can go. Do you have sufficient? No, you don't. We need another one of those in there then. And then I think we are unpowered for some reason. Never quite close enough. Oh, and there's a load missing. There's one missing up here as well. Obviously, the chunk I copied was missing a pylon for some reason. That's weird. Anyway, put that there. Right, so that should do that. Got a little bit more construction to do over here. So there's a pylon there, a big pylon there, and then Once that's done, I can pull out this roboport, and then the train will magically come out here, unload all the ammunition and other resources required, and they'll be fed over to here, and everything will just work, TM. The Rift. I feel like I sort of recognise that reference, but I can't picture exactly what it is. Biter-free area, yep, surely would be. Space Station 13, like everyone's lucky number. Spacey McSpaceface. And the USCSS Nostromo is from Alien, isn't it? The luggage. It doesn't have hundreds of little legs, so I don't think calling it the luggage is appropriate. Don't look down. That's or don't look up. That was a film, wasn't it? Came out relatively recently. Space rectangle. Spacey McSpaceface is my 9 diet, 5 Pepsi. Oh dear, don't want Pepsi. Pepsi references. Spacey McSpaceface fits round Norvis using a standard place spat form part up spat. Yeah, that with words. So request one of them and use one of my shiny new logistics robots. There it is. I think this might actually be the first time I've used a logistics bot in this run. Red Dwarf, nice. We'll send Red Dwarf out somewhere. Red Dwarf was a mining ship, so let's send that. Let's use Red Dwarf for a spaceship and one that goes off to a mining colony somewhere. Probably to Fulgora would be the obvious place for that one, I think. Right, we've used the 1 ton of rocket capacity. Oh, it's launching! It's launching! This is very exciting. Ooh. And it's gone. Right, well. Oh, and there's another rocket immediately afterwards as well. So I guess we'll wait and see what we want to have from the platform before we do anything there. Right, so now I have a platform called Spacey McSpaceface and a Achieve called Reach for the Stars. Lovely. So I click on that and, ooh, well, that is indeed a space platform. Good. It seems kind of spacey. And I have a new tip. Let's have a look at the tip. Just the tip. So, a space platform hub can request items from the logistics network to be delivered by rockets. Fine. Entity rocket silo can be set to fulfill requests from the space platform. Nice. Cargo landing pad can request items from a space platform orbiting its planet unless it is already requesting the item on this planet. Okay. Click in the space platform hub GUI, transfers a single stack manually to the planet. Items appear in the ground pad. Okay. All seems fairly straightforward. And platforms can be flown around as well if you put engines on them. Yes. Okay. So I have a planet. I don't. I have a platform. That's what I actually meant. Here I can request for construction materials. I've got 10 pieces of foundation. I can fly it around if I want to. I've got a lightning bolt. Oh, electric network. Okay. Okay. Circuit network. Okay, we can connect to it. Nice. Pin. I didn't mean Fulgora. I meant volcanoes when I said them on the mining planet. So I've got this spaceport platform foundation. How do I? Oh, okay. So I can queue on that, and I can then build more stuff out here. I see there are asteroids coming in and going. I was expecting to yes, going bonk like that. So that's where I need the. I've seen the thingies. I know I need grabby arms for it. Is it telling me anything else about platform space stuff? No, it's just orbital logistics. So I could build a little bit more out like that, and it'll call for more when I've used up all 10. So 2, 6, 8, 10. But I won't be able to do any more because I don't have enough. And we're still getting little meteors floating in and bashing into it, which upsets me a little bit. But it doesn't seem to be doing any damage, fortunately. So maybe that's not too serious. Okay, so now I'm requesting another 30 pieces of space platform foundation. So if I look back at Norvis, yes, there's more stuff being brought across. And we've got up to 50 of it now, which is an entire rocket load. So the rocket is launching. Okay, that's working really, really smoothly. I'm very happy with that. Yes, Johan, we've got to space. It's we should have had you leave earlier if that's what causes space to happen. Apparently, as I was saying, I'm slightly bothered by these rocks coming in and going plonk against the sides of the sides of my space station, but they aren't actually doing any damage. So for now, I'm prepared to not worry about it too much. That was quite a neat landing. That's almost SpaceX Starship style. Right. Okay. So we've built some. We can build. We know we can build platform like that. Now there was a research that should now have been completed because I've launched. Where is it? This one. So having done that, having gone to a space platform or having launched a space platform, I can now start processing asteroid chunks into useful materials. So I get a grabometron. That's nice and easy to build. A crushometron. And the ability to crush metallic asteroids into iron ore and maybe get the rock back, and into carbon. That's an exciting new thing. And into ice, and into and I can build a cargo bay as well, which is presumably is a okay. It's a glorified chest for in space, right? Okay, a full rocket of thing. I mean, that makes a certain amount of sense, I think. Unless you're going to end up with a mixed rocket. I don't want the rocket to launch partially full because that's wasteful. But I might want it to launch mixed. You never know. So okay, we'll bear that in mind for when it's potentially needed later. Okay, so that's working. However, now I need to go back down to Norvis and build all the rest of the stuff in order to send it up in this system. Automatic won't mix. Okay, fair enough. We'll just keep lobbing stuff up then. Okay, no god, yes, it's slightly different. Well, so this is where I would like to be able to go in and just say I want to make the asteroid collector and I want to do it in this thing, because the whole point of this is that it will just make absolutely everything I need, but it doesn't bloody work, does it? So, part of me is a bit loath to build more assembly areas for miscellaneous infrastructure crap, because this should be able to do it all for me. But I don't want to sit here for the next 2 hours of stream trying to get this thing working when I believe it already should. Although actually that's the bit that doesn't work. Let's have a quick look at it. Let's have a quick look at the outposts first. Right, you're built apart from one piece of wall that's in the water and two pieces of wall that are in the water, and a turret that's in the water. So I don't need any of that. I don't actually need that bit. Right, so you're finished, and you're finished as well. Cool. So I can get rid of that, and that will separate off the logistics area over here. Hopefully I've got some bots in this area. I should have set that first, shouldn't I? Oh yeah, I've got 174. That's a bit ridiculous, but never mind. Bots are cheap. So I can get rid of that one, and then up here I can get rid of that one, and then these will become their own self-contained areas, and that will mean that, as if by magic, the train will start coming out and loading them all up. There, as we say, here comes the train. Zoom. So that will then unload massive quantities of ammunition and some other useful stuff as well into the system, into the system over here. We get the ammunition onto the belt. Fine, lovely. It'll take a little while to do both of these, but that is now, with the exception of this little corner up here, we now have proper outposts built everywhere that should be able to defend themselves without too much difficulty and repair themselves when bad things happen as well. So now I actually can just concentrate on the space race stuff. Yes, exactly, Inogard. Yes, this thing down here, it's supposed to be an auto mall. So we get miscellaneous stuff being brought in at the bottom here, and I can add in more things like blue circuits and anything else I end up needing. And then I've got a shopping list over here where I say I want these things and some basic intermediates, and it will run and run and run, just keeping all of them in here. So at the moment, there is supposed to be all of this is now. I crammed it. I had it working, so I sort of then compressed it down a bit to make it a bit easier to make it neater. And now it's a mess. So what we've got here is from this green one, we've got that's being fed up to here, which is saying if all of the reds are less than 0, which they are, then feed through everything. Now. Oh no, everything that's on the green. So we're getting through all of this, and this is what we actually want. So we want 47 turrets, 22 repair packs, and a parsnip and a pear tree. All of that sort of stuff. That is being fed out along here. Then this one is going, multiply everything by 1, send it through. But for some reason, the output... Input each times 1, output each. But let's look at the turrets as an example. Oh, we've got 53 turrets there, so we need to. So does that mean I've actually got enough? I've probably got enough turrets because those 53 turrets that are already in the system. So if I now maybe we are okay. If I now tell this one that I also want to have some of those space grabometrons. Which we won't be able to make because I don't have. So I want some asteroid collectors. Let's say I would like 5 asteroid collectors, please. Yeah, there we go. So that one, at least, has now flicked over to wanting to make an asteroid collector. I don't know why the other ones haven't, because they should all be functionally identical. That is going absolutely berserk though, which is not supposed to happen. Over here, we're getting a signal in of. 5 asteroid collectors and a load of negative stuff. And an X. I'm saying that if X equals 0, then output. Okay, so that's at least is correct. Sort of. Except it's not trying to do anything at the moment. It's jammed itself up, I think. Okay, so I pushed that request through there. Yeah, it's got jammed, and I'm not really sure why. This system is a little bit iffy. Oh, we don't know any of these things in here. That'd be quite a lot of new stuff that needs to be brought in. Not that's a problem as such. Where's all my copper go? All the copper's going into here. Actually, no. The copper is just not coming through in very large quantity. Aha. Right, yes. So at the moment, yeah, we need to bring copper in from elsewhere. So let's get rid of that. Put that there, because then I can put that there and bring a belt of copper, specifically a red belt of copper, this one, up and into here. You want a red belt? Be a red belt. This is a little bit spaghetti over here, but oh well. And then I want to use an upgrader to upgrade that and that and that and that. I don't know why that's an underground at the moment. And all of that. I think I said this yesterday, but I kind of missed Dyson Sphere programs upgrade everything on this belt tool, because that's really, really useful for this sort of thing. Rather than having to do each part of it separately like this. Okay, there we go. That's upgraded the whole length to a red belt. That's true. Yeah, maybe putting the quality modules in there wasn't such a good idea. Because we've got a few extra things, and yeah, the wagon is eventually going to fill up. I've got rather a lot of gears in there. I think I might have got some numbers wrong. I think that might have been a sort of a historical problem in that I had too many gears at one point, and it's just jammed itself up a little bit. Up here, have you used up all of your belts yet? No, there's still 3,200 in this box. That's ridiculous. Even after all of the expansion I've been doing. Oh well. Right, so that'll get me a lot more copper coming through. I want to have a input priority of the left because I do want to use this patch up as and when I can, just so we can use this patch up here because there's 59,000 copper there. Might as well use it all up, and then I can rip that one out and do other things with it. This coal patch, on the other hand, it's not quite dead either. I can remove all of that. But there's still some more copper to come from it. Sorry, more coal to come from it. Stone patch is in a similar position. We've used up quite a lot of it, but there's still a little bit in there. Eventually, we'll start bringing stone in by train, but not just yet. Yeah, I think I was excited to play with quality modules because they are a new and shiny and exciting thing. So that's kind of why I've been using them. But yes, they are a bit. They're not doing a great deal at the moment for me. I've made some high quality cogs, and that's kind of it so far. Yeah, I put a load in the research lab. Look, there's a tier 3 science pack in there, for example. Tier 2 there, and another tier 2 there. Well, that's a green one. Yeah, so there's some quality science being done. What's this? Space science pack. Build an entity asteroid collector. Okay, well that'll be a thing to do. You know, just to keep things happening, let's do some science. I'm avoiding doing these ones until I've gone to space because I believe there's an achievement. Now it might be just don't make any, or it might be that it might be a it might be you just mustn't make them, or it might be a if you research them and you have problems. So I thought I'd do that. Oh, prod mods in the science machines. That's a good idea. Oh, prod mods in the those science machines. Yeah, you're probably right. It's don't research them. What? I don't think that was English. Oh, I don't understand. Maybe I should say. Oh yeah, so I need to bring all of my inputs in along here. So that was going to be. Oh right, sorry. Don't do any of those researches. Gotcha. Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood. So put that there. That goes there, and then. Like that. Run this backwards to along here, and we'll sort that out as appropriate. So it was those blue circuits were the next thing I needed, and electric motors, I believe. No, not that one. There we go. leave that there. So you're going to be blue circuits. If enable disable if blue circuits in here. Where, there, that one. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to double click on that. Is less than 0? No, it's less than the number I actually want to have in there. Okay. And we're going to put in a splitter there. Nope. There. So we can have a belt there. And then a splitter there. So that goes like that. And then spaghetti there. And also I need to run this red cable from there to there. And you are going to be enabled when, this is low density structures, isn't it? Low density structures, double click, is less than 20. And yeah, I agree with what Tristan was saying. Or I think it was Tristan was saying earlier. Actually, let's take these out because it is going to cause. It has already caused me to have lots of multiple spaces taken up in here by things that possibly shouldn't be there. Although in theory, we should only end up with raw ingredients and intermediates. These things should not be in here. They should all have been being taken out and been put into here. But the system has gummed up for reasons. Not particularly smart reasons. Yeah. This should be taken. Anything that gets built should be being taken out of here and put into the box. Now what I'm going to do, and this is going to be a bit brave / foolhardy, is I'm going to turn off construction of repair packs. What goes into an oil refinery? I haven't got bricks in there yet, so we won't do that one. Pipes I'll leave because they're infrastructure-y. Your pipe, yeah, take out that one. We can make pump jacks. Radars we can certainly make. Assembly machines we can make. I was hoping for steam engines, but I haven't found them yet. I'm sure we can make chemical plants. Don't care about those furnaces. Drills, I'm going to leave drills because drills we keep needing in large quantities. Same for inserters. But steam engines and boilers, I think, should be made over there. So we'll wait and see when we have a shortage of something. Now, we have a shortage of red belts at the moment, but a shortage of other things. Everything else, I think, should be able to be made here. I do need electric motors. Entertainingly, that's this. So you are enabled to say when electric motors, which I can't find. There they are. Electric motors is less than 20. And then up here I need to have some other... Right, where does this cable go? It goes here and up to here and to... Where was I setting all of these numbers? So we're getting... Ooh, a lot of electric engines coming through. That's fine, I guess. They should stop. Yeah, there we go. They stopped pretty reasonably quickly. We've got some blue circuits through. We have. Right, so we're now making these grabber metronomer things, which is rather nice. They will be passed out and go into these, and go into the storage system over here. So these, can I get these taken away? Yes, I can. Let's take away all the excess things that should really have been taken out by now, and get that tidied up a little bit. Now we still have this problem here where things that we've in theory got enough of, we're still asking for here. Okay, what's going on here? What are you doing? What's coming over to here? So this is bringing a signal over from here, and that's the list of things we want. But it's not getting subtracted from here. So what I need is a green cable from here to here, I think. Yeah, there we go. That sorted out my requests on there. We're now making we've now got 2 asteroid collectors in there. That seems to have worked. I think things are now significantly improved and may just start working. Anyway, yes, productivity modules in labs. That is an excellent idea. I should have done that a long time ago. Thank you for the suggestion. And everyone else, you're not the first person to suggest it. Thank you to everyone else as well. And I just wasn't paying attention because I was distracted by trying to get my abomination working, mostly. Interesting. I am now currently short of green science packs. I'll have to have a look into that in a moment. Oh, maybe that's because I just put productivity mod. No, I didn't put productivity modules on. They're still being speed quality moduled, so they shouldn't be that much slower. They get a little bit of a speed penalty, yes, but not. I didn't think it was a huge one. Is there a problem with supply? No, it's just the number of machines. Okay, I've got too many labs. The labs are too fast for the amount of science that I'm making. That is a problem to have, certainly. Red is going to be trivial to dub. I mean, this is just sort of my standard speed of running my science at, where we're making. I have it's a 6-second recipe, isn't it? It's a 6-second recipe, so I have 6 machines making it. I could upgrade everything to tier 3 assembly machines. How is the power grid looking? Power grid is absolutely fine. Open control, click them without opening. That would have been easier. I have just slowed them. Oh, that's true. Yes, putting the prod mods in will slow the labs down. So that's actually probably a good thing. It'll bring balance to the force. I mean, to the science system. We'll come back later and see how it's getting on. But yes, you're quite right. That's done a speed, taking the speed from plus 140 from 2.4 to 2.16. It's not that much. It's actually not as much slower as I was expecting. I think I've got used to the really, really high tier productivity modules in space exploration. So just using these relatively normal ones around here it feels a little bit weird. But still, it's yeah, that's gonna work quite nicely. Why are you only a half? Oh, I missed a bin upgrade bit. There we go. That was a fail, but never mind. Okay, so that'll then get me a full belt coming along here instead of this rather pathetic half, and then a little bit more belt, which will be very, very useful. Blue science is sort of keeping up, but only sort of. Distractors are nearly done. I haven't got anything new to do. Right, so the next thing is going to be setting up stuff in space. Let's go back to Spacing McSpace Face. And I think up here I would like to have... I mean, there's no objective reason. If this thing is stationary, there's no actual reason why my grabometrons have to be on the front of it, but it feels like the logical place to put them. So put a bit more thing along the front there like that. Let it build itself merrily. And then let's try and put in some grabometrons. And I'm not going to have any power, so this isn't going to work. But I'm going to put them in anyway and see how it goes. So let's see. If I put one here and one here, they're presumably going to chuck stuff straight out the back, as mines tend to. And then I'll need that to come down to a crusher, which I'm also going to need to build. And that's going to need inserters. How fast are these things? Unknown. Okay. Whee! Okay, they have inventories. All right. So in that... nice. Okay, if they have inventories, I will need to unload them with inserters. So yeah, I can't put them all the way along here without putting out some more space platform. That's fine. So I'll do that, and presumably I'll need power for that. I'm just assuming this is standard Factorio construction, and if it's not, then I shall learn so later. Let's just bring this along here like that, because that is extremely expandable. I could put in a crusher here. Oh, I see, that was problem. Yeah, put a crusher here, and see how that gets on. Probably going to need more power. Everything needs power, because Factorio. Asteroids generally move from north to south. They do seem to, actually, yes. There's some exceptions, like those two. The general background cosmic haze seems to. Or is that just because you usually put engines on the bottom of the ship, so on the bottom of the platform, so the platform always moves upwards. But yeah, at the moment they do seem to be doing a general downwards trend. So right, let's see how we get on with that. So over here we have some requests. Some of these things can be delivered. Poff. Yeah, let's see what's happening down on the ground now that I've requested all these things. You are requesting... Okay, you're requesting 50 inserters, and approximately none have been brought. Oh, here they come. And presumably we're now making more logistics bots because we suddenly need them. No, we've made some more logistics bots, but we have enough of them still, so we haven't bothered to make more than 32 of them yet. That's quite telling, actually, because I've got all of these. I've got both types of bots being built on demand. So when we need more bots will be built. And so far, I've needed 326 construction bots, and I've needed 32 logistics bots. Oh, no pylons needed. Okay. Yeah, letting me discover all these sort of things on my own is probably going to be more fun. We're using sort of Gen plays kind of rules here, where we don't want any spoilers. We want me to just sort of learn things gradually as I play, and as I make mistakes, and as everything goes horribly wrong, because that is inevitable and what you're all here to see. Especially those of you who've been playing for an extra week on top of what I've been playing, and actually probably more than that, because I had to stop. Sorry, I only play for sort of maybe 12 hours a week, and that's nothing compared to most people's play. Nearly there, and then we can start requesting something different. 50, there we go. Right, so the rocket can launch like that, and we've already got another rocket ready, which is very nice. I appreciate that. That is very, very useful. Off rockets the rocket. And then we can get another request for the next thing that's required up there. Oh yeah, alright, let's remove the pylons. That's a good point. Since apparently they're not needed. Yeah, things I should know, or things that are just, yeah, as you say, wastes of time. They're probably, yeah, that does sound worth warning me about. I'm wondering if I might need more of the low density structures. Right, so what else was I trying to send up there? What else do I want up there? I wanted crushers as well, so let's ask for some of those. Crushers, that's you. Have some crushers, please. And we're making low density structures. Why are we making? Oh, because we suddenly need more low density structures. Don't make the low density structures that silly. We can do that much more easily like this. Oh, but it's got stuck on. It's got stuck on making. Oh no, actually no, it's pulling in the. We can't make low density structures. We don't have plastic. You're not going to be able to do that. Let's reset the. Hang on, this one. Let's reset this. Which one can I do it with? That one. There we go. There we go. Now we're trying to make a crusher over here, and presumably once this one finishes emptying, we'll be making a crusher over here. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to do was upgrade these inserters. That'd be a good idea, I think. Ooh, I hear a rocket going, I think. There we go. So we'll upgrade those. We should be able to, now we should be able to make everything we want a little bit quicker. And a lot of the effort of these machines is actually is taking other stuff that was needed for previous build back out again, which it's doing now because it's bloody stupid and doesn't work, and does this sort of thing instead. What have I done here? I don't really know. I'm not sure why this isn't working. I've tried to be too clever and it's not working for me. Let's leave that for a moment and see if it gets on with anything useful. Over here, why have we not got any ammunition here yet? Have we got any ammunition? Okay, so we've got plenty of ammunition down here. This wall working apart from a missing pylon, which I'll go down and I'll do that manually. I'm not linking it back up to the system for that. Over here, another missing pylon. Okay, we can sort that out. But more seriously, why have we not got a train here? Train is not. Did we not split this off from the robot networks properly? Oh, it's linked down there. Oh. Actually, before I do that, let's get rid of those because there's a load of trash in there that shouldn't be there. And then put them back again. I can't do the same for down here, I don't think. Hopefully that hasn't filled up with too much trash. No, that's just got the stuff it should have in it. Okay, so all the trash went into these ones. That's good news. I would like those boxes back though, so that's going to be the. Need to wait a moment for that to happen because that's going to require the bots to fly all the way from over here with them. Those bots, in fact, probably. Yes. So we need them to fly over. In the meantime, are you behaving yourself? No, you're not. You are abjectly not behaving yourself. I don't understand this. It's telling it to make the it's telling it to make the crusher. It loads in some of the things that are needed for the crusher, and then goes. I think it might be due to trying to make the intermediates. So what if we let's turn this off. Let's see if that fixes it. I might have been a bit overly ambitious with the trying to make. Yeah, there we go. So it was the latch system isn't working. I'm going to need to take another look at that. So, but this will now probably work. Hello, Spider Horse. No, I'm not going to Gleba today. I have gone to space though. I have a proto space platform going up here. Very very proto at the moment. And it needs power. That would be useful, wouldn't it? So let's put some more space platform on down here. So I'm going to need to build solar panels, because I don't have any of those yet. Solar panels seem like a logical way to get power in space. So we'll do a bit of that. I've been promised that I don't need pylons in space. We'll find out if that's true later, but it seems okay so far. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I don't have to build the scaffolding first. Good point. What are we launching this time? Ah, more scaffolding. Great. Fine. I guess that's the thing we need. Okay, what goes into solar panels? Solar panels are copper, steel, and electric circuit. Okay, so I can do them over here as well. Solar panels. This, in the long term, I'm probably going to need more than just these machines making them, because I suspect solar panels are going to be a thing that I'm going to need rather a lot of. But for now, we'll be happy with this. Yeah, I think that's what Tristan meant, Mark. I'll try and remember to be a little bit more whatever about that in the future. We have a crusher in there for some reason. Do we have the crushers gone too? We've got 5 in here. You're not remotely full. That's good. How many crushers did I ask for? I asked for 10 crushers. So I don't know why we've only got 5 in here and then this hasn't been passing them through. This is supposed to receive from this minus whatever's in the logistics network. Maybe there's somewhere else in the logistics network. Yeah, it must be. It probably is good advice. I think there's a decent chance of that. We're not getting any requests from the space platform at the moment, which is odd. Given that the space platform is not fully constructed. It still needs asteroid collectors, it still needs crushers, it still needs solar panels. So I don't know. Oh, is it not requesting these because they're not enough to fill a rocket? Oh, okay, so I need to have enough to fill a rocket before it'll request them. There we go. So let's go down here and turn these into slightly larger numbers then. Down here, so we don't need to have 5 crushers, we need to have 20 crushers and maybe 20 crushers. No, I meant crushers for, oh, I don't, you know what I mean. So over here we're now trying to make we're trying to make another 48 solar panels. That's going nice and quickly actually. Quite happy with that. We're going to need another 12 grabometrons, another 8 crushers. All of those are trying to be fed over, and so that's presumably now tidied up what's in here a little bit. Those shouldn't be in there. Those shouldn't be in there. Those shouldn't be in there. Let's get rid of them. They can go off and disappear somewhere else into the logistics system. Although supposedly we now need... Oh, no, never mind. It'll sort itself out. Oh, okay, that's worth knowing. Thank you. Stack size and rocket amounts are definitely useful things. Yeah. Yeah, clearly you and Tristan are the same, actually secretly the same person, Mark. Which is probably why it took us 2 years to complete space exploration, because you were working together at it. That's really poor. Why is it grabbing things it can only grab one of, rather than grabbing things it can grab several of? If you went for the copper plates, mate, then you'd be able to grab a whole handful of them all at once, and then pass them all over. Oh well. I miss loaders. And also slightly faster inserters. You know what? This might actually be quicker with a normal inserter, because then it wouldn't wait to see if it could find any more before it passes it through. That's a really weird edge case, but yeah, I suspect it might actually be quicker. That's true, I could change stack size, couldn't I? There we go. That's really silly. Yeah, now they're moving much more quickly. Now, when stuff comes through in bulk, then it'll be much quicker. It would be quicker if they had a stack size, but sometimes it doesn't. And this seems to be quick enough. We're getting an awful lot of electric engine units through, but never mind. There we go. Okay, so we seem to now have built everything we want to build. Oh, no, we haven't. Nope, it's broken again. And I don't know why. Why have you broken? I don't understand. What's being fed through here? Oh, we've only got negative. Huh? So it's been passed over to here, where it's being. If it's zero output everything. No, it's not. It's not been passed. Yeah, so it's going to there. What? What is going on here? I don't understand. That's not a bad idea, Mark. Yeah, because it should be relatively straightforward. In fact, we probably don't even need the freezing thing on it. We could just pass straight through all the time. What if I did that? No, it is passing it through. What? So here we're outputting lots of things, including... Oh, it's because it's got the red signals on there as well. Right, let's get rid of those red signals because that's just breaking everything. No, not to there. There. I have a feeling I'm now going to run out of cogs and cables. Very good, Tristan. I think that might be what I did down here. That's on a 1 and that's on a full size. Yeah, so I have left one on full size stack and the other on singles. So yeah, I've kind of done what you're suggesting. Unfizzy. Alright, so yeah, I think at some point we're going to run out of cables and cogs because that's a sort of a works slightly differently in here. And it's all yeah, it needs some work to tidy it up and sort it out and fix it and make it not stupid, basically. But in the meantime, well, we've got the platform placed, and now we need to bring in some of the these things, and then yes, we're going to have the so that'll mean we'll now have stuff being caught by these. We can put filters in, nice. So we can gather metals, carbon, oxides, or promethiums. Fine. Then we can crush them down to... Oh, well, I need to set recipes on these. All right, so... I don't think I need iron at this point. Carbon, I don't have carbon. I don't think I need ice because I have water. So let's say we want to do carbonic acid asteroid crushing on both of these, and we would like to gather carbonic asteroids. I don't know what's in a promethium. I don't know what to do with a promethium asteroid, so we won't gather any of those just yet. Okay. Fine. Build like that if you want, I guess. Ooh. Solar power! Yay! I have done a thing. Still making solar panels because a load of them got taken away. That's fair. We still need another 50. So we're trying to make another 54 of them. This may take some time. I would like to... You know what? Let's turn off the request for solar panels for now. There we go. And I'll make the things I actually want, that are actually exciting for the space station I'm trying to build. And actually, while I'm waiting for that to happen, let's finish this one off over here. So we've tidied up those boxes. Good. That means we now need to pull out this Roboport like that. And now we're requesting the outpost train. So here it comes. Where I can drop off all of the supplies here, and we can load up these guns as well. And then we will actually be defended on the western front. And all may in fact be quiet on the western front. We shall find out. It'll take a little while for that to run through. Okay, I can turn that off again now because I don't care about it at the moment. So, we're now building the thingies, in theory. We're waiting for... Ooh, there's another rocket going. What have you got? Ah, you've got grabometrons. Excellent. So now Spacey McSpaceface can start grabbing rocks out of the air. So not that one. That's a metal one. That's an ice one. That looks like it might be a carboniferous one. Presumably, I'm going to want to ship that back into this thing to go down as a downstream. So, shoop, 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 shoop. Ta-da! And I guess that's a scanning. I also want you to grab carboniferous. Ooh, space science pack researched. Yay! And to make a space science pack, I need. I don't need to look there. I need to look in here, where I see space science is ice, iron plate, and carbon. Okay, so I do want to capture everything, actually, looking at that. In fact, you know what? Let's get rid of all of that. Let's have you capture metallic. So we'll get our iron from that one. And then I want to build some more... That's some ridiculous things. I know. I can shift click to build, but I didn't. I'll do it for that one. So we've got metallic, carbon, one ice, and then this one eventually. Or I'll get some Prometheans from that one, just because I can. And so it goes there, and then we'll put crushers in along here. Are they this? Yeah, they're the same width as the. What's names the catchers. So you're going to crush metallic, you're going to crush carbonic, you're going to crush chili, oxide, ice. Yeah. Sometimes we get an oxide asteroid chunk back, which is unhelpful. We actually know we always have a chance of getting it back again. Okay. So in order to make that not be terrible, I'm going to need to have along the back of here. Let's make these symmetrical. I don't mean symmetrical, identical. So we'll have outputs like that. So along here, I can then put in exerters like this, and you're going to be what are you generating? So you're going to be producing iron ore and metallic chunks. So you want to be filtering metallic asteroids. You're going to be doing iron ore, then you're producing carbon and carbonics. So this wants to be carbonic and carbon. Carbon's presumably in here. Yeah, carbon. And then here oxide and ice. Okay, so there we go. Those are my outputs. Oh, and then I need to feed these, loop them back around again like that, so they can be fed back in again hopefully as a priority. But you never know. No, there's no prioritization on inserters. That'd be far too easy. But that should be fine. Okay, so then we get onto the actual science pack itself, which is ice and iron plate and carbon. So the iron plate will need to have a smelter over here, like this, and then you can become a red inserter because I think it's probably. I don't know if it's going to set the filter up properly. No, it's not. Filter iron ore out. So we'll send the iron ore down here. I've played a little bit with quality modules, not really used them properly yet, I wouldn't say. Do I then just use an assembly machine to make those science packs? Yes. And they're crafted on a space station as well, so I can't. It has to be in zero gravity. Okay, that's fair enough. I just want to make sure those are all how all of this is going to work. So I'll put that there, I suppose. And then I can put that there, and then we can have inserters like this, this, and this. Output there, and presumably I then have to send these back down to the ground to be turned into the to be then scienced up properly down on the ground. You are going to make white science for me. There we go. Now I just need to wait a little while for all of this to become together. I'll probably find that all of these ratios are woefully out, and that I need massive quantities of, and I need my machines in very, very different ratios to this. But for now, this will do to give me a vague impression of the sort of speed that things are going to be coming through at. Now, oh, we have got some carboniferous acid. Yeah. Okay, so we haven't caught any promethiums yet. But the rest of it is sort of coming through. Now, did I get anything else interesting with these research? So there we've got that one. Which did I get anything else interesting with the space research? While I'm looking at it. So here we've got the grabber, we've got the crusher, we've got those 3 recipes, and we've got this one. We've got the cargo bay. So give me a bit more storage space up here if I start to run out. And at the moment, it seems to be. No, there's plenty of space. That's all right. Okay, it'll be interesting to see if you've got I suppose it's now far too late to see your first space platform, Tristan, because you'll have built it and designed it and demolished it ages ago, and it'll be completely different now. But it'd be interesting to know how it was different, but not to the point where it's going to be sort of spoilery for me, of course. Right, down on Novice, what's going on down here? Why have we not got stuff? What are you doing? You're still trying to build grabometrons. Are you short of something? We're short of low density structures. Right, okay. Because we're short of plastic. Okay. Where is plastic being plasticized? Over here. Is this just the machines that are the problem here? No, we have a massive shortage of petroleum gas. That's interesting. I was not expecting a shortage of petroleum gas to be a thing. I guess it's because, we're just straight up not processing the oil fast enough. Nope, we're just straight up not digging up the oil fast enough. Okay, so that means it's oil mine down here. So we've got a little patch there. I could just pump that. I might just pipe that over. It's close enough. Then there's another decent patch up there. That will have to be trained in, of course. And then there's a patch there, but that's outside, so we won't get that one until we have to. So, down here. Any more? Is that all the patches? I thought there were more down here. No, maybe that's... There's one. They're really hard to see in amongst the trees. I think that's the lot. Okay, so in the interest of not falling over everything, of not tripping over all these pipes, let's run an underground pipe. Even though I know I don't actually have to anymore, at least not for the reasons I used to have to. Where am I? Okay, I need to go this way a bit, but let's go to here first. Bink. Right, there we go. And then down here, I can just lay down an enormous quantity of pipe, basically. Yeah, I did notice that. I was sort of looking around for some of the when I noticed that where I built my walls recently in the last stream, the oil was just outside them. I was leaving an oil patch just outside. I wondered if how much oil there was around and whether that was going to be a thing I should be worrying about. And yeah, I agree. We do seem to be rather short of oil. There's not a huge amount of it around. Still, there's plenty of other things. So, well, you can't have everything. Did that auto underground? I don't think so, but I can't tell because there's too many. No, I don't think it did. There we go. And then around here I need to put in some power for all of these, like that and that, and doesn't quite reach. I do it feels sometimes like the game deliberately puts oil patches slightly too far apart for a nice tidy small number of pylons for them. There does seem to be a decent amount of coal around, so worst case, I can always start thinking about coal liquefaction. I say a decent amount around. There's one really good patch here. It was just over 5 million, but I've used a big chunk of it. And then there's another sort of 4.5 million across here. So I could go coal liquefaction if I have to. But for the time being, well, we'll see how these oil patches go. I guess I could put speed modules in these ones now. They're down to probably about as low as they're likely to get. But yeah, I think this is probably going with this added in, it's probably going to be all right. My biggest concern, actually, to be honest, is whether this pipe run is going to be within acceptable lengths for the new rules, or whether I'm going to need to whack some pipes in it somewhere and pumps in it somewhere. Sorry, and I guess we'll find out once it gets laid. But if I do need to put a pump in, say here, for example, it's not exactly going to be difficult. I can manage that. Oh, coal liquefaction's a long way, is it? A long way off. Okay, all right. Maybe I won't be using coal liquefaction then. Yeah, I could beacon and beacon and module these pump jacks over here. That would certainly speed them up a bit. Have I got beacons? No, I haven't got beacons yet. So no, I can't beacon them. You're completely wrong. You're wrong, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's not a thing. Yes, it will. Yes, I'm aware it alerts me when I need to put in a pump. I think I do have an extreme one long pipe already. It's this one here that's pulling water all the way across here, and I think I ended up putting in a pump. Yeah, there we go. There's a pump there because it was a bit too far otherwise. Oh god, yeah, I did see a I did see the all fluid outputs on a single pipe. That was indeed very, very cursed. I'm not going to try and replicate it. The construction abomination that I've already made is quite enough horrors for me for the time being. Or maybe I should say Gleber is going to be enough horrors for me for the time being. Okay, 238 out of 320, and it's got to... Oh, has it got all the way? Yeah. Okay. That's my pipeline appears to be absolutely fine. It's more of a pipe fine. So now we have, yeah, we can see, there we go. The oil is starting to flow in up here. So it's possible that I do actually have enough oil processing, and it was just, and the crisis was only because we had a shortage of crude oil coming in. It's kind of hard to tell because we've got all kinds of buffers to try and fill up now. I think I might sort of prepare myself for putting in. No, in fact, let's just straight up put in some more. There's no real reason not to, is there? Really? We'll put that there and that there. This stuff is all cheap stuff. We might as well just chuck more of it in, and so yeah, we would like some more oil, please. Why not? Part of me wanted to link this pipe across here, but of course these days it just doesn't matter. Now, if you're talking about the spaceship engines in Space Age as opposed to space exploration, then I couldn't possibly comment. I haven't got that far yet. La 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 la. Fingers in ears, spoilers, etc. etc. Let's put some more lights in down. Let's put some lamps in down here because it feels. I feel I should. If I wasn't playing completely unmodded, I'd go for that mod that puts lights on all of your on all of your pylons, because I think that's a nice idea. Here comes the pipes. Okay, here comes most of the pipes. I sit corrected. And that one's quite important. Doop. There we go. Now we've got more refineries running. Lovely. Still no petroleum gas buffer. Each time one of them finishes, we get a brief spike in the storage tank here, and then it all just disappears again. So let's have a look at that. Fluids, petroleum gas. Petroleum gas, petroleum gas. Right. So the production has shot up, but the consumption has shot right up to match it. Production has gone up even higher. Consumption has gone up even higher to match it. Okay. How are we doing with crude oil, at least? Is that manageable? That's blue on both sides now. 2.8k, 2.6k. Okay, so at the moment we are producing the crude oil faster than we're using it. So this pipe is theoretically at least filling up. I keep adding to the pipe, so it's sort of is, sort of isn't. We do seem to be producing it slightly faster than we're using it, which is nice. Okay. I say that. Yeah, okay. So we're capable of processing the oil as fast as we're digging it out of the ground, which is sort of a good thing. The petroleum gas usage... No, we're not. We're capable of using it a lot faster than we're pulling it out of the ground. Okay. The petroleum gas usage, though, is we're using all of it. However, some of that is going to be catching up on things. So this belt along here is trying to fill up buffers and really struggling. Okay, I think it might be time to do more of all of this. Just get more oil being brought in and dropped off down. Probably here actually. I could probably fit an oil drop station in here. Probably more sensible to put it down here actually, just a little bit more out of the way, and it can use the same pipeline because we have basically unlimited throughput. So, given that, and given we have a patch up here, let's start building my first oil station, which is interesting because traditionally, oil transportation has usually been the first train I've built in a Factorio game, because normally it's the first thing I think I'm really short of this. I could do with some more. No, sorry. It's the first thing where I go, I'm not piping it over that long distance. That's a pain in the wasp name. I'm going to do this the slightly more effective way. How many hours do we have in this world? About 16. Getting on for 16. So, oh no, it's about 16. So it's getting on for 20. So. I don't know whether I'm playing at a decent speed or not. I don't know whether I'm playing unusually quickly, unusually slowly. But yeah, this is the speed things are going at the moment. I would like a normal size station. So I need this much rail. I'll put that there because that works. And I get my station. Station is going to be called oil pickup. And is going to be black for obvious reasons. And then I'm going to need to put in some tanks along here. Standard basic fluid station. Oh, I can't see it at the moment because none of this has been placed. I'll let this get placed before I do that. Oh... bother. Oh no, it just means I'm landing up with a load of coal in my system over here, which it's not ideal, but it doesn't actually matter. It's taking up a little bit of space in this storage chest, but it isn't a serious problem, I don't think. I do hope that. Oh yeah, it looks like we are getting all that rail built. Yeah. This is the problem with the outposting system that I'm using. There's a risk of trying to build things in places where they just can't and won't. By which I mean there's a risk of your construction of one of your outpost robo networks will be blocking. I'm sorry. I think I'm tired. I might have to stop streaming fairly soon because I'm struggling to actually sentence. What am I trying to say? Yeah, there's a chance that you'll try and build something, and your Roboport network, and it'll be inside the area of your outpost robo networks, and therefore things just straight up won't work. Why are you flashing at me? Not connected to rail. Okay, that's fine. That is a problem we will solve fairly soon. How far can we go with that? Not far enough. I say solve fairly soon. Well, there's a load of bots doing stuff, so I'm imagining they're coming over to build that for me. Alright, how are we doing down here? We have Yeah, still nothing there. Still nothing there. Okay, so I've got enough refineries along here that it can rip through all of the oil that's being pumped out of the ground over here, and yeah, all of the light oil is being turned into all the light oil is being turned into rocket fuel, and all of the heavy oil is being turned and all the petroleum gas is just vanishing off down the pipe. So yeah, probably part of the reason I'm struggling a little bit here is because we're no longer turning all of the light oil into petroleum gas as well. The light oil is all being turned into rocket fuel in order to satiate my rocket system. Although we have a lot of rocket fuel along here, so in the not too distant future, it will back up all the way back down to the production system and we'll stop using it quite so much of it. I do also need a lot more low density structure production. This is not good enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. There we go. Roughly double it. I don't know if we're going to have enough copper coming through, but I think it's worth it. It's worth a shot. We need a lot of these resources. Where are you? Oh, you get that. Okay, fine. Right, now have we got? Yes, we've now got facility. We now have the facilities up here we need. So along here, this is going to be another four long train. So I'll put that there and there and there and there and there. 1, 2, 3. There. And then, I'm pretty sure I'm making pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also need power down here. I think was one more than I needed. You can go away. And then that can go there. Right. So there we go. Once that's built, I'm not building tanks anywhere, am I? Oh, I am building tanks. Okay, sweet. Probably because I needed them for a what's name delivery train. Okay, so down here then we'll have the unloading station. Conveniently, this is close enough to this unloading station that I can steal some coal from here. So that's rather nice. So I'll put in another station here, like that. In fact, you know what? We'll copy this station up here because a pick-up and drop-off station for fluids are basically the same. You just have the pumps pointing in the opposite direction. So I'll take a copy of that and put it in here. Like that. I don't need that pipe there. And these need to be unloaders. And so this needs to be called... doesn't need to be called tree. I'll have to wait for the tree to be demolished before I can actually do anything useful there. That goes like that, and like that. I'm going to put a pump on here, actually. I feel like that's a good idea. Because then we'll actually pull the oil out of these tanks and send it off this way. Although the whole thing being one fluid system, it might not matter. But that just seems like a good idea. This might be my Factorio 1 brain talking here, but it just feels like the right way to do things. TM. I also feel like I should probably have a pump in here as well, but I don't think that's as necessary. Right, there we go. We can start filling those tanks up. The other thing I was needing, as I was saying, is a fuel supply for this train. So I'm going to put in a splitter here and a belt that goes down here and across here. And then I can just chuck the coal into the train here like that. And I will need a train, which I can't place yet because I haven't got enough rail down, but that's fine. That can wait. I still don't see any... Oh, am I not making pumps? I've seen pumps. Pumps have happened. But maybe I'm not making them automagically. Can I make them in the abomination? The abomination is still trying to make these things. Oh, we're still waiting for the low density structures to come through. Fair enough then. I haven't moved far enough away yet that I've needed that. So every train either goes to my central area here, or is a coal train, or stops right next to a coal station. So I haven't actually needed it yet. I haven't needed to do the refueling stations. I mean, it's something I probably should play with for the curiosity and interest and such likes, but I haven't needed to. So I haven't. I've been sort of taking the easy way out. All right, and I've also run out of assembly machine 2s. Assembly machine 2s are an awkward recipe. I'm going to carry on making them the old-fashioned way for the time being until I fix my abomination-o-matron. Yeah, just because sanity. Or lack thereof. Yes, but pumps, though. Pumps. What goes into a... Oh, pumps take motors, don't they? Yeah, engine units. And we don't have engine units going in here, and I don't really want to add them in. So what was it? It was engine units, steel and pipe. And engine units are made here. We have steel here, and we have pipe here. You know what? If I put that there, and do that, and that, and that, and a red chest to put them into. This is kind of ugly, but also kind of functional. So I'm sort of not sorry. What are you doing? You're doing pumps. If pump is less than... How many pumps do you need at a time? Let's say 40. Okay, because I pressed 4, so 40 will do. And then send that up there and that up there. You make pumps, please. There we go. Yeah, that's fairly good, I think. I mean, it's a little bit naff, just squeezing it in a random place like that, but on the other hand, why not? I also thought, Blake, yeah, that's a good point. The pump would restrict the flow. Hadn't thought of it that way. So yeah, perhaps I shouldn't have this pump here, and that should just be a pipe. And I'm not sure what my thinking was actually. Now I'm pondering it properly. Yeah. All right, let's get rid of that. And just put the pipe straight into there. Yeah, that's a good point. The pump would actually actively make things worse, which is a very, very strange thing. Oh, power poles for the pump creation. Yes, that's a good point. Thank you. Pylon goes there. Would work a little bit better with if I powered it, wouldn't it? Speaking of power, yep, still got oodles of power. Have any of my coal patches run out yet? So we've got this one. 292,000 feeding this power station. We've got this one, 800,000 feeding this power station and the base. This one ran out. No, this one ran out. No, this one's run out now. Okay, we can get rid of all of this. And this. And then discover that we're powering half the factory off. Yep, we are indeed powering half the factory through these small pylons here. So, get rid of those as well. And those, and then I'll put in a couple of big pylons here and here, so everything's powered properly. Yep, there you go. Cut those ones off as predicted. Then over here, yeah, I've got copper patch we're trying to run out over there. Got stone patch, coal patch down here. So still 670,000 there. There's quite a lot of coal, but I've gone around putting these. When last time when I was really short of power, I went around sort of dropping in these little mine and power plant systems that are a bit crap and a bit not very future-proofed, but they worked for the time being. And with these little coal patches, it didn't feel worth putting in a big mine and a station and stuff like that. But then once I got this patch, that's a nice big patch that can feed into a station, and then we can have a drop-off station here that then feeds a huge power generation area over here. So ideally, if it was easy to do, I'd tell this one not to run and to run these two down first, and then I could demolish them and get rid of them. But it's not that easy. It's not. I mean, it can be done with accumulators and stuff like that, but you need quite a lot of accumulators to make sure you've got enough power to balance things when it's not working. And it's just not worth it, basically. How are you doing, Abomination? You're still trying to make those things, okay? And we've still got a gradual trickle. Okay, now it's plastic that's the shortage again. Fortunately, plastic is something I'm working on. So coming back down here again. While we wait for pumps to happen, let's at least build the train. One of them and 4 of them, like that. And then I want you. You can't program trains when they're ghosts. You can program everything else, but not trains. Oil pickup has got 1 of its pumps. Good. That is a start, I suppose. So that does imply we might be making pumps at this point. Yes, we are. There we go. There's another one. You've made 5 so far. Okay, we need 8 of them, I think. So we're more than halfway there. Lovely. Can I have my locomotive, please? I want to start programming it. Let's have a look at the space station while we're waiting. Ooh, things have happened. We've made white science. Nice. Made 19 of them, in fact. And they're being chucked into here. Those arms are ridiculous. So I guess... can I set these? No. And I could do that. No, I can't. Maybe I set a request down on the ground. We'll go and have a look at that in a moment. Interestingly, the iron ore seems to be the one that we have the least of. The recycling seems to be working very nicely. I'm happy with that. We aren't building up anything on these belts along here, so that's good. Nom, that seems to go. Oh, shift click to drop my... Yeah, it did say... Shift and left click or control left click. Oh, I see, like this. There we go. Ah, that makes sense. Drop pod. Pew! It just fades out. Nice. Yeah, I'll set an actual request on it. Right, it's got dark. So that's going to mean another belt coming along to the labs over. Where are my labs? Here are my labs. So we've got 4 sciences coming in at the moment. That's working quite well. That's as we'd expect. Those colours are shocking. So I will want to have these being brought in now. Was it this? No, this is his 3. Where's the 4th one on this level? Numbers are hard. What? How is my bus? So over here, right? So it should be along the top here. It's going to run into this conglomeration of pipage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, which is 5 wide, of course. So it's going to be tricksy. Hang on, if this is the... There, that's... No, still wrong. There we go, that'll do. So now, from along here, I want to get it down to just above the plastics. Right, so presumably I'm going to want a filter exerter on here. So put you in and filter you to white science, like that. And actually, I may end up with 2 things on this, mightn't I? So we might have white science going on there, and some other science pack probably there. That comes there, and then we belt out from here like this. Can we hop over that? We can. Nice. I wasn't really expecting that to work, but it did. Bring this along here. La 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 la. La 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 la. Past this. Somewhere down here was the science, and I have no. Oh, okay. I can still see the other ones just to the north. So, so that's fine. I know I'm in the right place. It's here, like that. Get rid of all of that. I don't want a rock in the middle of my nice clean bus, so we'll get rid of that one too. Flip all them round, right, and then this belt goes up here like that, and then you know what? Let's just go for sake of completeness. Let's put these in as a mirror image down all the way down here like this. There we go. Right, so that is going to now do my next 2 science packs. Well, there is only one next science pack at the moment, but eventually it'll be the next 2. So you should have got that. Where did that white science go? Is it all on the... Where did it go? Did it not... Oh, I'll need a... Do I need a drop pod to put it into rather than a... Yes, I need a cargo landing pad. Ah... The rocket will not catch stuff, as Doopy has said, and No God have said. Yes, that's yeah, okay, that was daft. I wonder where it went. Yeah, Laurence was not reading chat. I mean, I probably went to my spawn location. Yeah, maybe. There it is. Okay, well, at least it's not lost. So you know, all is not lost, as they say. So I mean, that's not that. It could have been a lot worse. So actually, maybe instead of doing this, then. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it doesn't make any sense for it to be able to drop things into the rocket launchers, into the rocket silo like that. So I don't know why I expected that to work. So I need to make in the same way I made a rocket silo. Where was it? It was in the ingredients look to be more or less the same. Where was it? Looks to be more or less the same. So I should be able to make another. I should be able to make the landing pad in the same place. Where was it? Here. I want you to make a landing pad, which is steel, processing units, and concrete. And you're probably going to want power, because everything wants power. How greedy. The Super Ultra Force Paste is actually really quite nice, and now I'm starting to get used to it, and yeah, I'm starting to quite enjoy it. I could put it in right next to the rocket silo, but especially as it's requesting nearly everything by logistics network. So I feel like putting this thing in cargo landing pad in here actually isn't going to be an entirely a bad thing. I want you to request those, please. Yeah, okay, 200 sounds like a number. Super Force builds as worst Power Ranger spin-off. Yeah, sure. Why not? But actually, I want you to... that works. Super Ultra Build Force. And another one at the top there because I missed it off. Alright, and you're going to almost certainly want power, and even if you don't, the inserters are going to. So we'll put that in there. Okadokes. Right, well, I guess I'd better go and rescue that now. I don't need to sit over here anymore because we've got the defences up and built. So let's drive back over to the base. Pick up that white science that I rather foolishly just sort of discarded all over the floor. No, didn't discard all over the floor. It's sitting nice and neatly in a landing pod. But I need to go and unpod it. Clonk, 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 clonk. Clonk, 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 clonk. Hey Rhodey, no, I am very deliberately playing completely unmodded because it seemed like with Space Age being so new, and I thought rather than go in and just mod it immediately for the sake of it, for the hell of it, I thought it'd be more interesting to play it as it was intended, as it was created, see how it goes. And then next time I play, because I mean it's not like I'm going to stop playing Factorio after playing Space Age, is it? I thought that at that point then I could. I think I broke it. At that point, then I can switch over to. I can then start putting mods in and playing things differently and seeing how it goes. But no, for now, completely unmodded. I suppose I could. No, I don't want to just stand here and chuck it all onto the belt manually. That way lies mad. I didn't mean to do that either. They didn't really mean to do it like that either, but it'll have to do. Okay, so what can I do with space research? Oh, I can get the full logistics system up. And I'm going to do that. At least a large part of the reason I want to do this is just to pull out some of the nonsense that I've got in my logistics system. I'm still not going to use bots heavily because I'm not that kind of guy. Let's have a space platform thruster, and we promised we would go to Fulgorov. Oh, interesting. So I can see Fulgora, Gleba, and Volcanus, but not. There's another one, isn't there? There's another one of the basic ones. Yeah, there's the cold one. Maybe that's not the basic one. Anyway, we said we'd go to Fulgora first. So we'll do that. And I guess we'll then at some point we'll get recycling. Okay, go to a Fulgoran Vault Ruin. Okay, we'll do that later. Yeah, but the whole point of the Omnicrafter is to not use Logi chests. That would be cheating. So no, I'm not doing that. Yeah, for some reason I thought there were 4 basic ones and then the advanced one and then there's maybe one other. Oh god, how many of these am I going to have made? Where is it? Here it is. Just make one. Oh. Cargo landing pad equals 0. There we go. There's my landing pad. And here it comes. Dun 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 dun. Why are only 3 of those lights on? Oh, it's morning or dusk or something. Dusk or dawn. Bonk. Right, and you are you're requesting your science pack. So we should see one drop in any minute now. Any minute now. It's not quite catching it with chopsticks, but it's not far off. Shoop. Nom. Nom. Oh, there's another. Wow. They're coming in thick and fast. Nom. Right. So we are actually making the space science pretty damn quickly now with with my space platform. It's yeah, it seems to churn them out quite nice and quickly. There's a couple of need recycling over there. Oh, we've got a huge amount of carbon that we just waiting to get through. Anyway, so yes, that's working nicely. Oh, pop off go another couple of pods there. These are going out really quick. How many are in these things? Because that feels like they're being launched awfully quickly. I mean, I know they're free, but okay, they're coming out with basically nothing in them. But they're free, so who cares? I guess. Yeah, sure, why not? Or just have a steady stream of drop pods coming down. I was sort of expecting them to at least to fill up a bit more than that, but for some reason, but I don't know why. Just kind of was. Yeah, can't do Aquilo till after the others. Yes, I knew that, but for some reason I had a feeling there was a 4th. So Norvis, then 4 planets, then Aquilo, but I think I was just misremembering. I guess you get people being impatient if they didn't drop as soon as there were at least some to drop, then people get impatient and say, "Well, hey, why isn't it sending them down?" and stuff like that. So yeah. Right, so how long does this take to build? These take 15 seconds, and they make 5. So that means I should have, to keep my normal speed of production, I should have 3 of these. So let's expand and have 3 of them. How do I want to do this? So I've got 1, 2, and I have the 3rd belt coming out of here. These can combine onto 1 belt. Yeah, okay, let's just put this a little bit further down. So I have 1 belt coming across 1 belt, so this needs to be 1 further down. Like that. And we need 2, 3. Then we need this to feed. Anyone for a bit of weird beltage? So if that go across there, and then I put in an underground here, which I can't because I haven't got any, but yeah, I can do that, and then that goes there, that goes there. We don't have that one. We put one of those there, sure, why not, and there, and one there, and then I finally have to use the long inserter like that. Have I run out of flooring? No. I don't know why those didn't build then. That's a bit weird. I need to get some underground belts up, but the system will sort that out. And down here, I need a belt to come along here, and up here like that, and then I can put in inserter, inserter, insert. No, other way around. Inserter, inserter, inserter. Get rid of that one. Why is that not building? Right, okay, so just fill in the gaps. I've run out. That's running out is fine. Except, wait, what? Yeah, I've run out. Okay, so we need to bring some more spaceship platform foundation up. But that's okay. Yeah, I know there's the no holes rule, or at least I'm vaguely aware of the no holes rule. I just sort of expected it to, not to just complain about it, but to fix it itself. Take that out. Partial success, I guess? Is there some spare on the end there? No, there isn't. There's some spare up here. Let's get rid of that for now. There we go. Now we can build that and that. Right. Everything works now except for the underground belt, which we don't have. Are we still requesting that? We are. What's going on down on the ground? We have underground belts being brought over. Excellent. Yeah, I guess you're right. I suppose with the ease of just putting stuff down with the blueprinting system, I then expected it to just work and not have sort of funny ideas like that. But yeah, I can see the difficulty there, but also it's a minor frustration. Oh, I was trying to get the oil training. Right, so you've now been built, so I would like you to go to add station, oil pickup until full, and then go to oil drop. And then go to oil drop until empty, empty and full fuel. Go. Buffer chest next to the rocket. That is a good idea. Yeah. Once I've got the feel for the sort of things I'm using large quantities of, and actually once I've got buffer chests, then then I can start doing that sort of thing. And then I think I'm going to need to think about going off to another planet, but maybe that should wait till Wednesday, and I can sort of fiddle around with, make sure this planet's working nicely before I go. In fact, speaking of, how is my oil? Okay, it's got up to 24% there, but we've still got no petroleum gas. So that's interesting. I'm surprised that's caught up the way it has, but it seems to have done, so that's interesting, surprising. Right. Arriving oil pickup. Hopefully, yes, we've got full tanks here. Lovely. So we can just dump those into the train. That is quite a lot slower. Yeah, I'd heard that the pumps loading the trains was quite a bit slower, and it was a bit ridiculous beforehand. It was silly fast, but seeing it running this much more slowly is quite interesting. Also, that signal doesn't work there. I'll have to remove it. Another ship to go to another planet. That's a good idea. I'm going to need engines, aren't I? And I think I researched those. No, I've got them. They are next in the list of things to be researched. I think I'll wait till I've got these things and then build some engines and then start thinking about the ship. Ice melting, nice. Thruster fuel is carbon and water, fine. Oxidizer is iron and water. Is it really? Is that really and how you make an oxidizer? Sure, why not? I guess you. No, I don't. I can't think of how that could possibly make an oxidizer. But sure. Oh, it's being taken over there. Never mind. Glub, 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 glub. Right, so that is, I believe, all of the oil patches inside my current boundaries. Now, there's one over here. That's a nice meaty one, 1600%, and there's a 2000% down here. Maybe but that's a huge base. I think I'd like to have something a bit more ridiculous, a bit more OP on the military side before I go after this one. But if I could take that one out, then yeah, a wall across there and a wall across there wouldn't be too much more difficult. Except I'd have to go through the hassle of building another outpost. Maybe it'd be easier to put a wall across here and just kill everything on this area. Yeah, the oxide one turns into water, I think, if I remember correctly. So you should just be able to chuck that straight in, or maybe melt it and... No, I don't know. You full yet? Nearly. What? Oh, of course they've increased the capacity of these wagons. So they're now 50k instead of 25k, but these tanks are presumably only still 25k. So I need to have at least 8 tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's why it was slow. No, that's why it was slow to finish off. I'm going to massively over what's name this, but yeah, I need to have at least 8 tanks here to be able to fill the train up in one go. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Mark. Getting it may well be Covarex wait time. So yeah, let's do that. That is an excellent plan, especially as I'm sort of procrastinating. So we'll take. Why is there 2 radars here? That's a bit unnecessary. Let's say you are a mine. I shall take. Therefore, I shall copy you. Put you in over here. Let's put you here so you can get a decent amount of the ore that's under the rails, and then I'll put the extra pylons in along here so you actually have power. There we go. Yeah, it's weird when you get a research that doesn't take the expected amount of time. I'm not used to those in vanilla Factorio. There were a few of them in space exploration, I think, which always threw me a little bit. But yeah, it's very strange when it takes either too much or too little time. Okay, so I want another fluid unloading station. That's ridiculous overkill for a sulfuric acid station, isn't it? Oh, half this isn't... Oh, no, probably will get built, actually. I don't know. I can't tell how far out this goes. Oh, yeah. Easily, yeah. That will easily build this station, this outpost. So yeah, I could just put in a fluid station this size and then cut it. Yeah, let's just put in the station this size and then cut it down to what I actually need for the sulfuric acid. So this is acid drop. That sounds like a sweet. You're going to be yellow, which I think is green and red. Yes, it is. I'm going to link this pipe up along here to here, and then to here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And a little bit of tidying up, joining up with the these like that and that and that, 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 and have you got one? Yes. Right, so that's the acid brought in. I need to send acid out as well, of course, and then a uranium pickup. So I could just do the uranium processing here. I'm guessing uranium processing is going to be more or less the same as it was before. I need to dig some up before I can find out. Okay. Or do I make acid anywhere helpful? What goes into acid? It's iron as well, isn't it? Sulfuric acid is iron, sulfur, and water. I've got iron over here, but I've got sulfur. Yeah, I agree, Doopy. I don't need that many tanks. It was just sort of I built this without. I copied and pasted the other station really without thinking about it, essentially, and with the intention of coming along and sort of finishing it off a little bit, and then forgot to tweak it. But yeah, two tanks it will be enough. Maybe 3. Because to make sure the train can always unload. But yeah, I certainly didn't need 6 or 8 or whatever that was. Speaking of, how's it going down here? So, okay, so we've unloaded, filled the tanks, and now presumably that means up here we now have all of the oil we could possibly want, and up here we now have approximately no petroleum gas. Great, but that's still right. So acid. I mean, I have a few places making acid. We're making acid here, and there is a quantity of it, but it's nowhere near a railway line. And it's not actually, well, there's only one machine making it, so it's not that much. There's another place that's making it as well. Sulfur. Here, I've got acid being made here. This would be easily expandable, but again, nowhere near a railway line. I could run a long pipe, sure, but I sort of don't like running long pipes, even though I have in a number of places. I've got water and petroleum gas here, so I could make more off these. I could extend this area. I could extend this area a mumble time and actually just use this and go, I don't care. That's where I'm making my acid now, and then pipe it over to here and have another station in this area. I don't really like any of these ideas. There are rails. The rails could be extended. I could bring a rail down from here to down here, or over and down. Where are the batteries? Yeah, down to about here or something. This would be easy enough to extend and bring down here. I don't like it very much, though. I might just be being a bit fussy. It's entirely possible. I'm trying to think how I've done this sort of thing previously. maybe I've had a massive acid production facility somewhere, or it's by a lake. I bring in oil or petroleum gas, bring in iron, and produce the acid and ship it off by the trainload. But yeah, I guess I'll pipe it to the mine. Yeah, so that's a possibility. I'd need to put in a half a dozen pumps, I think, for that, because yeah, I mentioned here to here is about the limit of how far you can run without a pump. So I'd need one. I'd need 2 pumps on the way over there. I don't want to mark pipe it. Let's bring the rail down a bit from here. Or I could I could mark pipe it. I could pipe it up from here up to here and put in a pickup station up here. That's slightly less horrible. Let's do that for want of a better idea. Start going up here, like that. Then down here, this is trivially expandable, which is nice. I say trivially. This is fairly easily expandable. This water is. Oh no, that's right. If I just take all of that. Nope, can't do that. That has to go there. What's that pylon doing? Oh, that roboport up there. Okay, fine. Then we've got the acid pipe coming up here, so I'll do that. And then undergrounds to join them up together. And we're going to... There's a little area of no radar up here. That's very helpful. Let's put in a radar then. I mean, where's high up? Here's high up. Let's put it here. Where are we trying to get to? We're trying to get to here. I'll... Just in case I need to expand this in the future, because one single wagon isn't enough acid. Let's do that. In fact, I don't need the radar because I'm going to need more roboportage. So if I put these are not on the grid. Oh, for goodness sake! Put another couple of them in there like that, and that should get me enough. No, it isn't enough coverage. I need to put one there as well. And I guess one there. If only I had a nice tidy grid set up that wasn't this system. Maybe I should get rid of these actually and redo the grid. In fact, since the roboport network goes all the way around the edge of there, so pulling these out won't actually break anything. So I can take out all of these because they're a mess and in the wrong place. Then I can go back to my robo grid and I can go. Yeah, I do want one about here, here. And I suppose I'll put one there so it'll link into all of the stuff around here. Okay, that's somewhat better. These are the not quite a grid, which is annoying, but I'm not going to go through and fix them all at this point. Right, where was I? Yes, I had a pipeline coming across here, but it's not going to link up for the time being. But we'll see where we get to. Oh, right into the middle of a stone patch, which I'm probably going to want at some point in the not too distant future. So let's go around it. This is a really horrible belt. Whose idea was this? A horrible pipe. Whose idea was this? I should have brought the trains down to it rather than the pipe up to the... I should have brought the trains down to the pipe rather than the pipe up to the train. But, oh well, it's too late now. I've done it. We've got some horrible spaghetti. We'll just have to deal with it. Why is there no power for those lamps? That's weird. Still, we are able to now generate a decent quantity of acid, I suppose. We'll see if that's see how that goes. Turn to the left early. Yeah, maybe I should have done. I've got the extra coverage now with all of these robot ports in, so we're kind of okay. Ah, now I have a station without a useful fueling point. So at this point, now it's going to be a good opportunity to look into setting up some sort of fueling station. So a fueling station would logically be by a coal drop station, like this one. So I could have a little bit of track that comes in from... No, we don't want to have trains going all the way down here to come back up again. But I do like the idea of it being... Yeah, in fact, let's put a turnaround in here, like this. And have my fueling station here. In fact, you know what? It's going to be the length of a station, funnily. And we're going to call you fueling. And we're using coal at the moment, so we'll make this one black as well. And then split that, run that along here to here. Research technology using space science packs. Ooh, another achieve. Lovely. That took a little while, but you know, wasn't too bad. Why have we not gone underground here? Oh, because it's too far. Is it too far because of that? Yes. So we'll move the signal. I will put a signal in here because not having a signal here would be very bad. Oh, and I'll need power here as well. There we go. That's easy. And now I need to wait for this to get built before I can do it. Here comes the rail before I can do anything else. How are we doing for quantity of space science packs coming in compared to what's being used? Okay, they are bimbling through. We don't have very many of them. Looking up at the space platform, I haven't programmed those two machines. That would help. There we go. Bam, bam. Chest for faster loading is a good idea, to be fair. Yeah, right, let's do that. I want to put in a steel chest in there. I think more than that would be excessive. Right, so now we've got that, I can put in, this is going to be a fluid train, so I can put in a locomotive there and a fluid wagon there. We only want one here for this particular case, and I can't program it yet because it doesn't actually exist. Otherwise, oil seems to be going quite nicely at the moment in that we've got enough oil being pushed through. We are still very short of petroleum gas. We're very full on heavy oil, and we are very full on... Oh, interesting. These are running flat out, and they can't keep up. Right, so we've jammed on outputs here of the heavy oil in particular. So that's going to need to be more of these. I'm slightly surprised, to be honest. I thought heavy oil tended to be tended not to have these sort of problems. I thought heavy oil you only ever needed about one machine to create it. That should be not like that. Horizontal. There we go. Then up here, pull that up and that up. Actually, that would be that and that and that. No, not that. That. There we go. And then that. And then that. Nope. And that. Yeah, that looks right. So now I can copy that to here. Boom, whole thing is now tileable. Does need power though. Okay, that one's lovely. Up here we have a large pylon in the way, of course. Let's put it down here instead, where it'll be out of the way, and then work. I don't want to get rid of it just yet, but I will. Then this bit, all of that is already tileable because I designed it properly, apparently, which is nice. So we'll put another few of those in, like that. Get cracking, no god. Yes, thank you, no god. Oh, a second one for building trains is a good idea, Tristan. Good call. Yeah, I'll stick that in a moment. Once again, there's no power along here. Can I get these in the middle so the power everything? No, I can't. They're one square too far apart for me to be able to put that in. I could move this whole thing down one. Let's do that just for gits and shiggles. So instead of being there, I want you to be there. And we can then put that in there. And that means these pylons can then be put here, and here, and here, and so on. Let's put them at the bottom of each one. That doesn't need another one. Yeah, that is full coverage. And then another one over here. Alright, once this construction gets finished, is completed, then we'll have everything in here. And yes, it it'll be cracking. Right, so down here, the problem is... problem is if I want to curve it, it's going to be awkward. There's not going to be room for it. Go up like that. So what if I say, alright, ideally I want to have that there, but from there, what can I do with this rail? How can I get it to down here? I mean, the game has lots of silly ideas, but they are genuinely very silly. That is my best option for getting the two of them directly next to each other. 2, 3, 4. This is only just long enough. I guess I can pull this end bit backwards a bit. Yeah, let's go from here. And along here. About here should be far enough, and then down to. God, there's so many different directions you can point the rail in now. It's quite annoying flicking through them all to try and get the end to try and get it pointing in the direction you want it to. Although it does snap quite nicely sometimes. So actually, I want to have that there and there. That should do, and there and there. Okay, you are not fueled. Why are you not? Oh, okay, because I broke this. That looks like a destroyed lamp for some reason. Because we'll put you there and remove that, because then I can use the yellow undergrounds like this. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to use the yellow undergrounds. It just seems like the right thing to do, TM. Oh, it has to go all the way back here. That's not good. Can't put it in there. That's annoying. I suppose at that point, I just remove this one and put it a bit further back as well. Let's line that up with the other one. There we go. Put that back in there. And this would have to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Let's split it that. And this one can be. I don't care so much about the speed of fueling there, so I'll go with what I've ended up with and do that. Right. So you're fueling. You are building new train. What I should do, what I should have done, is added in the third one and had a new fluid train and a new solids train. And then I wouldn't have needed a buffer chest. But well. The design is that the outline of that is there now. Anyway, so let's think about programming this guy. Yeah, green chest part. I'm not making green chests yet, so it'll have to be added in soon. So let's try and learn about. Let's learn a little bit. So we want to go. We've got two stations called acid drop. So I haven't renamed acid pickup. Let's fix that first. So you are acid pickup. I could use wood for trains. It feels dirty, but I mean, it is certainly a thing that could be done. Right, anyway, you are to go to acid pickup until full, and then go to acid drop, which I still think sounds like sweets, until empty, and you have to have an interrupt. How do you make interrupts? Right. So going in here, interrupt, add interrupt. I need to have created an interrupt. Can I create one from here? Refuel. Yes. Here we go. Allow interrupting and other interrupts. Sure. Why not? Interrupt condition is fuel in any locomotive, or we're using coal, is less than 50. I'm going to say 50 for this, because I think 50 is a number, and you can hold a lot more than that in a train, so that's fine. Yes, acid drop might also mean drugs, but we'll ignore that. Fueling. Why is this? How is this list ordered? What is going on here? It looks like it's in reverse alphabetical order, except that iron ore drop is right at the top there. Oh, is there a fuel parameter? The full fuel. There's fuel any locomotive, fuel all locomotives. No, I think fuel any locomotive is the one to use. Oh, I see what you mean. There's a fuel option in here that I can use instead of coal. Fuel, any fuel. Any fuel is less than 50. But if I start using rocket fuel, it's always going to be less than 50. That isn't going to work. Because rocket fuel only stacks up to 10, and you can fit 3 stacks in. But I don't want the train to refuel when it's down to 10 coal, because it might not get there. So I think no, that's going to have to be fuel. Have to be coal, sorry. And the target is to then go to refuel. It's going to get fueling until full of fuel. I'll save that. So refuel, yeah. Of course, it's now in the wrong place because I shuffled the station around. That's annoying. That's getting the... No, not that. I don't really want to delete it. I want to just move it. Oh, drive remotely. No, it's not got any fuel in it. So it can't. It can't move because it's not got any fuel. See? No fuel. I'm going to say no because I'm trying to drive it and nothing's happening. You can drive remotely if you have fuel in there. There is no fuel. Therefore, it can't drive remotely. I'm Gonna call shenanigans on that, yeah, and you can't. You see, I'm in drive remotely. I'm pressing S. It's not creeping. Oh, it creeps forwards though, maybe. I thought I saw movement then. Alright, I shall sit here and hold S for about half an hour and see what happens. Pretty sure that's not moving. Maybe you can creep forwards. Let's try that. I think I am probably going to just have to do the legwork, as you say, and just drive down there and chuck something in it manually. But I'm curious about, having been told a thing is possible, I kind of want to see if it can be done. Because, yeah, this ain't working. Oh, yeah, pretend the bots put some fuel in. That's a much easier idea. That's a much better idea. Let's do that. Actually, let's get rid of some of the random wood we've got in the world. There we go. Okay, maybe the outer fuel remote that you're referring to is a modded thing. I don't know, but that certainly ain't working. Oh, maybe if it's never worked, yeah. It's never had fuel. Maybe you're right. Yes, as you say, Tristan, there's one interrupt and it affects them all, so it'd be trivial to update it for all of them. Is that fuel actually being brought over? Hello? Oh, bots being shown. Bots are not shown, that's why. Okay, here they come. Lovely. Yeah, I'm still not used to being able to put things into the slots in a train with bots. That's new and exciting and useful and stuff. Ooh, clonk. That's a funny clonk sound. Right. Is there still more coming? Yes, there is. Yeah, the bots, bots making different noises depending on what they actually do is also new and entertaining. And so I think when these come over, it's going to go clonk in a different way. Yes, that's a very strange clonk sound. Right, back to the schedule. Go to acid pickup. And there we go. Temporary fueling has appeared in its to-do list, so it's going to whip round here. These bots are going to chase it forevermore. Yes, now indeed. Now it can go to the refueling station. Zoop. And zoop. There we go. And maybe these bots will get there before it's finished fueling. Or maybe not. Oh, we're not going to get all locomotives fully fueled because there's a load of wood being chucked in it. So in the future, if I do switch over from one fuel supply to another, we're going to need to be very careful about that because it might not. Because if you try and switch from coal to rocket fuel, for example, then if there's any coal left in it, if there's sort of half a stack of coal left in it, and you're feeding rocket fuel in, then it won't be able to refuel properly. Ah, Tristan testing it. So you can't move it without ever having had fuel. And, yeah, good. Okay, yep, sounds good. All locomotives fully... How much wood are you waiting for? Oh, it's got a 95. Okay, it's never going to get further than that. Right, let's skip this station. Go to acid pickup. You don't need a temporary fueling station anymore. You can burn... Good, it's going through the wood first. Yeah, manually swapping over the fuel sounds like the way you'd have to do it. My concern with that would be that I'd probably miss one. Where's acid pickup? Acid pickup up here. How much acid have we got? Not very much. That kind of sucks. I was hoping that we'd have had some more acid produced by now. What's the limiting factor? Yep, idiot Laurence. Why? Don't you think it would have helped if you actually, supplied the machines with everything they needed? Yes, it would. I'm impressed we got as much as we did. Actually, I'd say impressed we got as much as we did. The bottom machines were always running absolutely fine. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, if you can remove stuff from the train with an insert, remove the fuel from the locomotive with an inserter, I think that works. Yeah, that'd be a good way to clean out all the stuff that you don't want. Yeah, a good thinking. Right, 5,000. You know what? I want to pull up some acid. No, I don't. I want to pull up some uranium, so I'm going to send the train off with the relatively small amount of fuel. It's slightly weird having the camera automatically track a train now. It's nice, but it's yeah, it still seems kind of weird. That pump is the wrong way around. Oh, and there's no power up there. I need probably one more pylon like that. I'm kind of at this point. It's about time to finish, so I'm kind of just doing this in order to get the uranium processing research over here, so that I can start making. So I could, in theory, at least, start making centrifuges. Yeah, all of that can be made in the abomination. I could do, Mark. It's not, but yeah, setting it to only 10,000 makes a certain sense. Although I don't know, it uses how much. It uses 1 acid per mining operation. So coming over here with 50,000 would mean we get 50,000 sulfuric acid, uranium out. And given there's 2.4 million there, I don't think bringing over 50,000 is excessive. Okay, Johan. Well, thanks for watching. Good night. I'll catch you on Wednesday when I'll be doing the next stream. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so the train can now sit there and just fill up for a day or 3. That'd be fine. Now, waiting for that to be brought over. Let's have another look at the space platform, because it is a thing, and that is an excitingness. Okay, so we do seem to be more than capable of generating all the resources we need faster than they're being used up by the current what's name. Oh, Norvis turret ran out of ammunition. Show me. Up here. What? Oh, right. It ran out of ammunition, so it switched over to red. That's fine. We can. I'm okay with that. But yeah, we can see as you can see, we are starting to get the attention of the biters from up here. So that's a shame. And oh, that means we required another drop off of ammunition. That's the system working as it should. So that's good to see. The pylon is still on its way over. Oh, how much for faster bots? What do I need? Worker robot speed. I need yellow science for that. Yeah, I might be going to have to pick up those two. I'll do that soon. Well, the white science is starting to back up now, so we are producing it faster than we're using it, and that same goes for the red and the green, and the presumably the other two as well. Yeah, they're all backing up nicely now, so we are producing all the science packs faster than we're using them. Probably because I came along and put in all of these productivity modules to make those a bit slower. Oh, that was the uranium mining research happening. So now I can come over to the abomination and tell it that I would also like it to start building centrifuges. Probably. Let's see if I'm missing anything for centrifuges. Where are they? There they are. I think it's probably all right. I don't know. It's not telling me what's actually needed for it. Here we go, over here. Oh, concrete. There's no concrete in here, is there? No. But there is concrete on the bus, so it's not going to be too difficult to add it in. He says looking for it. Here it is. Oh, no, wait. It does already have concrete. But it's doing the thing again where it's just a bit stupid, and it puts everything in, then it takes everything back out again, and then it puts it all in. I need to. Yeah, project for later is going to be. You see, yeah, it's kind of stupid. We'll worry, but as I say, we'll worry about that another time. I think this is quite a nice point to stop. So today has been quite productive. Over here, I've built up the western walls to keep this area safe. I've started producing. I've increased my oil supply. How are we cracking up over here? We still have rather a lot of heavy, rather a lot of light. Why are we not? Why is this not? What have I broken? I've broken the water supply because I moved everything down. Yes, I have. Ah, bother. Could do that. It's a little bit ugly, but it'll work. I'm a little bit puzzled that it worked before, actually. That's underground seemed to be in the wrong place. Oh well, that will fix it, and then things will start working again. Where else do you come down to here? And that's not useful. I was trying to think if I can bring that in a slightly neater way, but I don't think I can. There we go. Right. It would help if I had all the pylons in and I hadn't just been fiddling around with them and just now breaking everything. But now we are cooking with oils. So we're now using the heavy oil. As I think this one, I don't think we need this many machines doing the heavy oil cracking. However, we do seem to need this many machines doing the light oil cracking. So that's going to help quite a bit now. We'll allow all of these. Yes, these have all kicked back in again now. So we've got 1,000 of headroom in here and 1,000 of headroom in here. So that'll. I am very used to Piccadollies. It would be nice. Yeah, you must be right, Tristan. I must have grabbed this underground pipe that was the one that was in here and moved it down to there as I was moving stuff across. You're right. I deliberately went for the vertical pipe because I was thinking about the corner at the top of it, which doesn't make any sense because a corner of a pipe is not a special piece. But in my head, it sort of was something like that. Yeah, I'm cracking the heavy down to I think 20,000 just because it's a convenient number. Keeping 20,000 in this tank. It means that there's some headroom, but there's also plenty of heavy to then be turned into lube. So I think that's a good number. And I'm doing exactly the same down here with the light oil. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. I'm doing the same with the light oil, keeping it above at 20,000. Just because it seems sensible. It means there's plenty to keep all of the rocket fuel running, and there's plenty to keep the. But also any excess will come over to here as well. Could do relative amounts. I think that's only really an issue if you've got serious shortages of something, and if I have shortages that serious of something, then I'd kind of rather go in and fix the shortage rather than do funny sort of balancing between them. Rocket fuel could be used to fuel the trains. Actually, it's actually not that far. I could mark belt it down to here, but no, we're fine with that. I think. Yeah, I don't have a tank of lube anywhere. I'm just producing that on demand, and that seems to be plenty because we're not using very much of it. It seems. Yeah, either would be fine. I think. But the light doesn't seem to be going down, probably because we're cracking quite a lot of heavy. The heavy is dropping. It's got to 23,000. It's going down slowly. The light has been sitting at 24,000. Makes me think I need even more of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then maybe a mirror image of this on across the top of it as well. Just because, yeah, apparently cracking the light down takes a lot of machines. Actually, this is very familiar. I remember not needing all that many of the heavies and needing loads of the lights to try and get it pushed over. Yeah, it is being topped up by the heavy cracking as well to an extent, so that will help a bit. And despite all of this, we still don't have any petroleum gas available. This is although admittedly we did just have a massive shortage of it, so it's quite likely that we're just trying to refill all the buffers again. So I shouldn't be too surprised by that. But even so, it's yeah. Nope, not that. Let's do this. Oh, sweet! It actually fits in just underneath the roboports. I was honestly not expecting it to fit. And your water, so you're going to have to actually come from here, like that. There we go. Let's double that, just because. Why not double it when it's this easy to double something? When you have when you're playing Factorio and you have the bots that will just come out and build everything you want. Why would I not just go? Yeah, let's have twice as much of it. That's nice and easy. Especially as I'm about to go, I need more cracking as well. Sorry, more oil processing. Unfortunately, I'm running out of robot portage. So let's switch back robot grid. can't put that there. Can put it there, but it won't link up. I can put it there. That works. And there, and there. I don't care if there's a tree in the way. We can deal with trees. We know how to do that. And I think I'm going to expand this as well, because this is clearly woefully inadequate. Wait, where's the pylons in this build? So funny. Well, never mind. Yeah, expand that out a bit further and see how it goes. We've got a little bit of petroleum gas now, like 50. This is a start there. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Mark, if you're right. Petroleum is, as you say, is just something you get through a lot of. I've got plenty of crude oil down here. This train has nearly emptied itself out. And then it can whip up back over to here where we've got some mostly full tanks. So it does seem that seems to sort of be all right at the moment. But I wouldn't be surprised if you're quite right about the about having about it being a bit of a struggle to get the oil up to scratch. I might think about putting in another row of these machines across the top. Just to tidy things, keep things slightly compact rather than building all the way out over here, which seems a little silly. But yes, I think I would. Yeah, I would certainly not be surprised if I end up needing a lot more of oil processing than I have set up at the moment. Oh, I see what's going on here. Suddenly all the bots decided they couldn't be bothered. Right, anyway, yes, so... oh, there's no power across the top of here. That would help, wouldn't it? Where's a bit of my pylons? Yeah, that'll do. Oh, will do. They'll link up to that pylon. Excellent. Okay, Frugal, good night. I'm to be honest, yes, I'm going to head off as well. So, right, how have things gone today? Let's have a quick summary. So, yes, as I was saying, I've completed the walls over here. That was nice. Got oil being brought down to here, so I've got better supply of oil. Expanded there as well. I've played with the abomination. It doesn't work. I don't know why not. Most excitingly, I built a space launch pod and a landing pad here, and I now have the a space platform up here in space, funnily enough. How's my power doing up here? That's a question I would like to check. And now this is generating... it's using quite a lot of the power. Maybe some more solar up here would be a good idea. Yeah, so I'm now generating decent amounts of the space science, and that's being shipped down to Norvis to be turned into everything I could possibly need. Are you trying to donut again? No, you're not. Okay. Just demanding more stuff. So yeah, that's now working. We're gathering in the asteroids that are drifting past, turning them into resources, and then cooking them into space science packs. So this is a very, very basic space station. I'm sure this will expand massively over in the next stream, but for now, this is what we've got. This is what we need. I should probably be building another one to use as a spaceship to take me over to Fulgora in the next stream. Although I've got another 30% of the research to do there. It's 1,000 packs, and I'm running at 42 per minute. So there's a fair way to go yet, but on Wednesday we'll be getting on with that. So yes, that will in fact be the next stream. So I'll be back here on Wednesday, same time, 7:30 p.m. UK time, where I shall be carrying on with all of this sort of shenaniganry, trying to go over to Fulgora and getting exciting things happening there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I will see you next time. Good night, Doopy. Good night, Mark. Good night, Frugal. Good night, Tristan. Good night, everyone else. Good night, everyone who's watching. Thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Don't forget to subscribe, yada yada yada, and all that sort of stuff. Yes, no guard. Fulgora was chosen by the bot as my first planet. I thought I'd leave it up to the random choice, and the bot chose Fulgora. It did choose Fulgora, didn't it? Yes, it did. Yes. I was very happy it wasn't Gleba, and I was mildly disappointed. Isn't quite the right word, but I've been sort of hoping a little bit for Volcanus, because I thought it'd be good to get all these sort of all the resources coming through really, really quickly from there. But you know what? I'm happy with Fulgora as well, so I'll be heading over there. Right. So yes, good night, regular. Good night, Doopy. I shall see you all on Wednesday. Bye bye.